So the round's going to start pretty soon. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can watch this live on Twitch, twitch.tv/GM Benjamin Feingold. It's in the information on the video. I stream almost every day and sometimes twice a day. And yesterday, 3 times a day. So if you want to watch this live, you can, do that. Date is wrong in title. It is not. The date is correct. Oh, the date is wrong. I thought you meant the title was wrong. I did not change the date. I changed everything else. I'm smart. All right. Now if you refresh, which I'm going to do now. I changed every word in the title except the date. That was very smart of me. If you refresh the stream, it'll be the right date now. It'll be great. And sometimes 3 times, yeah. All right, now it says I have 0 viewers. Now it's correct. SMRT is correct. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Put my panties my mom prepared for me. No, that would be the panties that your mom laid out for you, not that she prepared for you. Learn the Seinfeld quotes. You don't need to refresh. Title changes automatically. Okay. Depends. Like when I'm on Twitch, I always have to refresh everything. Nothing ever works on my computer ever. Perry is ready. Yeah. So I'll start this stream for a couple of minutes talking about the tournament on Saturday. We had a lot of complaints, like I didn't cheat. Okay, so I looked at every game like 1,000 times with engines. I don't know if you cheated or not. About half the people who won a prize cheated, so they didn't win a prize. Obviously, some people cheated and got away with it. Very good. And probably, since we threw out like 12 people, maybe 1 or 2 of those people didn't cheat, although that's hard to believe. So I don't know. Sorry. If you get accused of cheating by chess.com or me or somebody else, your opponents, that's a big compliment if you did not cheat. It's never happened to me. I've actually had more than one chess student who's been accused of cheating in real life. And they like that because they're not cheating and they must be playing really well. So, yeah. In fact, there was a famous chess bra scandal that my student was involved in where they accused my student of cheating and then they apologized. So, anyway, it's funny. I tell my students about that. If you get accused of cheating and you're not cheating, that's a compliment. You shouldn't get mad about it. So, anyway, yeah, whatever. We did the best we could. Even when there's 10 or 20 cheaters and everybody's mad, I mean, if there's 300 players, that's not a lot. That's the cost of doing business. If you find out all of them, you did a good job. If you missed a couple, you missed a couple. Obviously, we don't want to throw out people who didn't cheat. And I actually unthrew out 3 people. I threw them out, and then I let them back in, and I'm like, I don't know, probably they didn't cheat. I don't know. Leave me alone. And of course, the standards chess.com use are more stringent, so it's easier to cheat like in the chess.com tournaments than in mine. If you play Title Tuesday or Arena Kings and you're cheating, they want to be really, really, really sure you cheated before they kick you out. And I want to be really sure, not really, really, really sure. So anyway, our prizes are pretty small and a lot of people donate their prize back if they just want to play. So yeah. Well, we don't know who cheated. We did the best we could. All right. My wife has had a C-section. You're watching me doing a C-section? All right. That's, might hope you have some epidural. God damn. Yeah, tell your wife epidural. That's the only word that matters. Yeah, and have her say it over and over again and scream at the guy. Yeah. Yeah, Pietro cheated. No. All right. So the round should start any second. It's 10:01. Neither game has started yet on my thing. If Hikaru wins the match without going to Armageddon, he's in first place. If he goes into Armageddon and wins Armageddon, then he's tied with Magnus. And any other result, losing Armageddon or losing the match, that Magnus is in first place. And if Nepomniachtchi loses this match, I think he's out. I don't think he'll come in the top 4. So Nepomniachtchi needs to win every round now to make it to the top 4. Right now, Fabiano, Hikaru, Ding, and Carlsen are the top 4. The top 4 go on to the next stage. So MVL and Nepomniachtchi are trying to get in there. They need to win some matches. All right, so this is funny. In the position that Hikaru always gets with black every game, which we discussed, instead of playing h3, which is what all of his opponents have played, Fabiano's played h4. Okay. I mean, the bishop still can retreat if the knight goes to h5. So either this is a mistake, the PGN's not right, and he actually played h3, or this is a new idea that I don't know. Since people play h4 all the time now, I'm guessing he played h4. It would be funnier if the pawn was between h4 and h3 somehow. Oh, wait, they're not playing in real life. All right, he probably played h4 then. Okay, so h4 is a weird move, and they usually play h3 here, as in all of Hikaru's games before this one. And they're still playing the same way, just the pawn's on h4 instead of h3. Ginger GM has spoken. God damn. Yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, C-sections don't use epidural? I don't know. I thought that was the term for it. Anyway, the important thing is to have drugs. Yeah, lots and lots of drugs. Tons of drugs. Yeah, epidural. You need to make sure you're asleep when you're having a C-section. Also, if you're the father, you should also be asleep. Yeah. All right. Okay, so Hikaru's probably slightly perplexed at h4. And what do we got here? Looks like a Berlinish kind of position. This is the game that Ding Liren drew with Geary in the Armageddon. What was that, 2 days ago? Yeah. Okay, and Geary played knight here and took this and got crushed. So Nepomniachtchi's playing more staid. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the evaluation bar is off. I took it off because what did I do yesterday? I did something where I took the bar off, but I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I was making videos, so now I have to fix everything. Now I gotta move it back. All right. Yeah, I had to take it off for something else I was doing. Let's see. Chat box. Yeah, let's... Actually, that doesn't look so bad. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. Maybe that just putting the bar there was fine. Did that ruin anything? Or it looks exactly the same? It's okay. What's that noise? Is that my drink? It is my drink. Wow, that was annoying. Wow. Yeah, when the cap's on like 80% of the way, that's no good. H file slightly cut. I agree. Chessboard. What do I do? So I do this, and then I do this. And then I can make it a little bigger. Yeah, I forgot I took the eval bar away. I sort of had to. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, I was doing something where I didn't want the eval bar there, and then I forgot. The setting icon, that doesn't matter. Half setting icon, that's bad. I can get rid of it or put it all there. What do you guys want? You want the setting icon gone, or you want the whole thing there, as opposed to half? Yeah, come on. My phone makes so much noise. Gone. Okay, so gone girl. Chessboard. And then gone girl. Let's see if it's gone now. I think there's like 1/1,000,000th of it there, unless that's fuzz on my screen. Nope, it's 1/1,000,000th of it there. Oh, just a second. I'm getting a text from Hall & Oates. The eval bar is gone. All right. You gotta learn how to play chess. Okay. That should get rid of the... Yep. All right. We got a donation. What the hell? $50. Jungle Dice donated $50. All right. So we got the evaluation bar and we got rid of the settings thing. Now you guys are the happiest people who ever lived. All right. So bishop f8. Back to work. Always play bishop f8. Man, h4. It's funny. I never thought the way that I play 1 minute chess would be like become standard super GM fare. Obviously, Ginger GM gets all the credit because he says Harry and put that. But I've been playing h4, g4 for no reason in blitz games my whole life. But I was just kidding. I mean, I know it's bad, but the super GMs are playing it every game. All right. b5, that is correct. Knight e3 is obvious. Knight c5 is correct. h5 is the way they play chess now. So this is funny because Ding's moving instantly, indicating this has already been played before. Ding wouldn't move instantly if this h4, h5 was never played. He would be thinking. Knight f5. Good, good. This is my kind of chess. White played knight f5 and black played bishop f8. Not sure who I'm rooting for. And then both sides have tic-tac-toe. I don't know. Maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Okay, so Nepomniachtchi is going all in. He has to win this match. If Nepomniachtchi loses this match to Ding, he's not going to make the Final Four. He can't just lose every match and make the Final Four. So MVL and Nepomniachtchi are looking, they're trying to get in there, and Fabiano and Ding are trying to hold on to their third and fourth place. All right, the engine likes black quite a bit. Black has two bishops. It's not clear where this king is going to go. And the fact that black hasn't moved his kingside pawns and his bishop and knight are here makes his king pretty safe. 200 centidues. Another train. Yeah. Okay, back to the match that you guys care about. You guys don't care about the other match. Okay, America. He played knight e4. Wait, why does it look weird? What happened? I can see that it looks weird. What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I went to the other game. What? Whoa. Oh, the evaluation bar has to be on both games, not just on. That doesn't make any sense. How can that be? Oh, because I didn't refresh the page. Ah, there's the rub. For in that sleep of chess, what checkmates may come. Another train. Probably if I refreshed the page, I would have put the bar on. Probably. Maybe. That should look good now. Another train. Thanks, XXXXXX, whatever. Thanks. Yeah. Please show evaluation. It's right there. It's right on. I see it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Right there. Look on your screen. Yeah, there you go. All right. So if you see Fabiano's name and then you see the picture of his poker face next to it, then you look up. There's the evaluation. 0, 0, 0. And there's a white bar. And now black is 0.18. There you go. 100 centidues. Rawr. All right, let's go to the game. Every game, Hikaru either played bishop a6, this is with the pawn on h3, or bishop b7, queen c8, bishop here, but not this game. With the pawn on h4, he played knight e4. Okay, takes here, and then takes, queen to d5, bishop e2, and probably both players are out of their prep now. I must say this move is not, I give up. I would go here now. All right, so this is a lot different than Hikaru's other games in this line because he didn't play bishop here and queen here and bishop here, and he played knight e4 right away, and they traded more pieces. So it's a lot different. So that's good. The evaluation bar is moving all the time. Maybe the evaluation bar thought that this was a game between Geary and just stayed at 0. Cy Bradbury, putting us probably to level 3 and one gifted 5 subs. Good. Why Bishop B2? There's no Bishop B2 on the board. That's why. Storm 2709 subscribed. All right, we skipped level 2. So I'm guessing Fabi's still in his prep because Fabi's still moving instantly. Or they could be following a game. Bishop E2, Bishop A6, he just castled. It's weird to play H4 in castle since your pawn is attacked. Okay. Now, if you take the pawn, obviously I could take and play Queen G4 with dual threats, or I could take on G7 first, and then Queen D5, so I couldn't do that. Okay, and the engine says white's slightly better. I'm guessing we're in Fabi's prep and we're not in Naka's prep. I would guess that every game because that's the amount of prep that they have. That's who they are. Yeah. Fabi's not moving instantly. Sure. I mean, on this board he is. On this board, it's always black's move. So it could be the way they're showing the game. I don't know. Yeah. By instantly, I mean he's moving in less than 10 seconds a move. When Fabi doesn't know the position, he never moves. When Fabi knows the position, he moves. So I don't know what the time situation is, but yeah, Fabi has more than 10 times Naka's prep, probably more like 1,000 times more. That would be my guess. I'm not even being silly now. If it's not true, if it turns out they have the same amount of prep, then I was being sarcastic. So yeah, I just talked about that line, Sandiha. Then Queen G4 threatens mate and the bishop. Pretty suspicious. 260 centidues, confusing the audience. Prep's overrated. I wonder who the second highest rated player in the world is and who won Tata Steel this year and started 7-0 in the Sinkfield Cup a few years ago. I wonder who that was. The guy who preps a lot or the guy who spends all day online playing blitz chess? I don't know. Let's see, who played in the last World Championship match and tied Magnus 6-6 without losing a game? Was that the guy with no prep or the guy who's prepped to the teeth? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe prep doesn't matter. Okay, back to whatever it is I was doing. We got this position. White played A3, confusing the audience. C5. Every move Ding plays is the best move. Rook G1. That's the way they play chess nowadays. And the engine says White's position is terrible. Yeah, I mean, Black's king is safe because all his pawns are in front of his king. Bishop F8. He's controlling the D4 square. If White castles queenside, Black's ready for that. Black's going to have the 2 bishops against 2 knights soon, unless White retreats his queen to a silly square. So Black has a very nice position here. Level 3. It's Karyakin. Karyakin is correct, except Karyakin did tie 6-6 like Fabi did and lost the playoff, except Karyakin and Fabi both won a game. In Fabi's match, there were 12 draws. Well, 2 bishops is much better than 2 knights. Black's king is safer than White's. I mean, there's no reason to like White here. The engine already says Black is winning. It basically says every move wins. Bishop takes F5, Queen F6. I mean, I don't see a safe place for the king. The White king has nowhere to go. Wherever it goes, it's going to get attacked. 400 centidues, hooray! It's always the same 3 people. All right, so Queen F6 is the engine move, threatening the B2 pawn, and also threatening to take and play Queen takes here. I guess the only way to stop both threats is to castle queenside, and then, Black starts attacking the White king. I don't see a defense. The pieces are all here. So how are you going to save your king? So this position is quite bad for White. Quite bad. And Naka's thinking forever, even though I was told Caruana's not moving instantly. Now, when Naka plays Caruana, shouldn't Naka have more time? Isn't that like... Should Naka have 10 minutes and Caruana has 1 minute and then Caruana blunders and loses? Isn't that what's supposed to happen? It's supposed to happen. Yeah. Go Dubov. Dubov's pretty good. Yeah. The ratings that are displayed on chess.com are probably chess.com ratings. I don't know. I don't know if they're chess.com Blitz or chess.com Bullet or chess.com Rapid. I don't know. I would ignore that. Always ignore everything. Yeah, Karen trimmed my beard this morning. Man. Yeah, that was the first time in a while that I got some trim from Karen. That was nice because, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, that was nice too. That was a nice trim. All right. I showed all the comedians in the world who's the funniest. Okay, so Naka, Flocka, Naka, Waka, Waka traded everything. I trade you, you trade me. This is the most trading in history. All right, so now Fabiano's out of his prep. Does he take this or take this? The engine says take this because you see what's happening here. So Naka chose a very double-edged line where after taking, he's going to take here, and both sides have passed pawns, and both sides sack the exchange, and so forth. Or White can just take on b4, and it's boring. So we have to hope that he does this, because it's very exciting for us. If he does this, it's not exciting. Okay, and Fabi's going to have a big think and calculate, and the engine right now prefers this move. But that could work out or not. White could lose the b pawn. Black could sacrifice the exchange. He just took back with the b. That's the boring move. Yeah, the engine wanted to take here, and I guess Caruana trusted Naka. Now the engine just says it's all zeros. Darn! I wanted to see exciting c takes b6, wah, etc. Let's see. Caruana avoiding time trouble. Yeah, that's right. 6 for Naka, 12 for Fabi. God damn. When is the new Rick and Morty episode? Sunday. So today is Monday in 6 days. Okay, the hype train is dying at level 4, and we don't have a lot of time left. So let's get some new donors. We need bits, we need subs, we need etc. Have you got backup glasses? I do not. These glasses cost more money than you guys make in a year, so I can't even afford backup glasses. These glasses have to last the rest of my life. I can't even afford a new prescription. Like, that's it. This is all I'm ever going to have. If they break, I'm still going to wear them. Karen is convinced Carissa Yip will get the GM title, and I'm like, probably not. What is the point of pulp and orange juice? That's what happens. It comes with pulp. Like that is orange juice. Like you squeeze the orange. That's what it is. If you don't like it, you take it out. That's different than not having pulp is unnatural. Pulp is what happens in the orange juice. Maybe you don't like oranges. I don't know. Cy Bradbury, 400 cents. Dr. Chess Gremlin, 99 cents. Sandstorm, 15. Gifted a sub. Claire MCG, 500 cents. Luigi, 1597, 201 cents. And they both put etc. All right. Wonder if they know each other. You would think with all those centidues and subs, we get to level 5, but no. Oh, maybe we went to level 4 because of that. No, we didn't because we're on level 4. All right, we need 500 centidues or 2 subs or we're going to die on level 4. We got 8 seconds. 500 centidues. Yay, that just made it to 100. And then Marcos put us above level 5. 2 people crushed it. All right. And unfortunately, Fabi took on b4, making the game a draw instead of here where the engine says white's better, but it's too complicated for humans. So he decided not to do that. He decided to make it simple and just take a draw. Okay, this is just a draw now. Yeah. And then bishop takes g7 is a draw. Queen g4 is also possible. Threatening mate. And then after g6, just playing h5 and being down a pawn. But he decided to play the drawing move instead. Every move he's playing the drawing move. Yeah. Now, he can't win a pawn for nothing because queen check and queen takes pawn gets the pawn back. So, attacks the rook. And white's thinking, and it's completely equal. Yay, level 5. Good, everybody. Okay, so this game's going to be a draw. And this game was a big advantage for black. Man, Dingler in really plays double king pawn well with black. I mean, always, like for years. Dingler in is the man in double king pawn with black. Okay, c4, that's explosive. Not the engine move, but, opens up the bishop, puts pressure here. All right. Queen f4, and then rook a6, also not the engine move. Well, the engine wants to play b4. Wow, crazy. Okay, rook a6, defending on the third rank. Very unusual move. It's not as bad as Magnus's rook h3 yesterday. That was terrible. Magnus played really badly yesterday, like in all 4 games. That was weird. What am I playing in this tournament? All right, d4. That's a very strange move because that's I mean, it's a weakening e4. Damn. I got bishop b7. I got rook e6. That's d4. That's something. All right, bishop e7 is obvious. e5, I guess, is forced. Yeah, it says e5 or resigns. Okay, and queen d5 makes sense. Attacking the knight. And I like the way rook g3 is the engine move, and the second engine move is king e2. That's even funnier. I hope he plays king e2. Oh, he played rook g3. That's not fun. King e2 is more fun. Okay, and then c5 is fine. The engine actually prefers white here, but black has 2 bishops and white's king is horrible. So I don't prefer white. What I'm thinking is computers like white and humans like black. Black has 2 bishops. White's king is ridiculous. And the center's going to open up now because of c5. So I don't like white. This seems... okay, Nepomniachtchi is playing these positions well, unless he doesn't. The engine says everything is about equal. Queen e6, queen e4. It says queen d8's the third best move, but it's terrible. Queen d8, what? Yeah, it's a big fan of queen e4. This pawn's weak on c2. This pawn's weak. This pawn's weak when the d pawn falls. Yeah. So black's doing great in this game. And this game should just be a draw. But somehow Fabi's gotten an advantage. Rook d1. It doesn't like Naka's next move. It wants Naka to challenge the file. Rook d8 or this rook to d8. But Naka played rook a5. Again, if queen takes, I can play queen check and take this pawn. Rook to d4. And it really doesn't like black's next move. But it already says white's better. Again, I'm threatening queen g4 check winning this pawn. So it wants to play h5, which makes sense. And he played king h8. And this is funny because the engine says just attack this pawn. Queen g4, queen c4, queen c2, and attack this pawn. And it says white's better in all those positions. It likes white. Now, in one of the positions where it likes white, I don't like white. It's going here and then taking with a queen and saying this ending's better for white. No, that's wrong. So he played g3, solid. And Fabi's only hope of winning is to exploit Nakamura's king. Nakamura's only hope of winning is to queen the c pawn. I don't see either one of those happening, so I think it's going to be a draw. Rook c5, rook b1. Yeah, so Fabi wants to double on the 7th and win this pawn and get his queen in there, and none of that's going to happen. And Naka wants to queen this pawn, and that's not going to happen. Okay, so it doesn't like g3, rook b1, rook to d5, rook to c4, and this just seems like a draw. Black's up a pawn, but this is weak, the king is exposed, there's 2 isolated pawns, white's king is very safe. I would take white here, but it should be a draw. I'd rather have white because it seems like I have a chance to either mate my opponent or win a pawn. I don't believe he's going to queen. Okay, c5, queen c2, putting pressure on these pawns. Ooh, now f5, that's a bold statement. Okay, Naka's a lot better than me, and I'd be really afraid to play f5. Because, get your ass kicked. And Naka is like, that's the best move, so that's what I'm playing. Yeah, the engine says F5 is good. All right. Okay, he played Rook A4. He obviously wants to play Rook B7, Rook A7. Okay, makes sense. And this pawn's weak, this pawn's weak, this pawn's weak. The game should be a draw, but I'd be really afraid to have black here because the king is so bad. I'd be really scared if I was black. That's wide open. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm not black. Naka could play this well with black, but I couldn't. I would just get crushed. Yeah. Okay, and the engine more and more it thinks, the more it likes white, half a pawn up. Now it says 0.68. I mean, white just, attacks on the 7th and 8th rank and black defends. And white's king is super duper safe. So I'd be really afraid to play F5. But that's me. And let's see what happened here. He played queen E4, which was best. They traded. The C pawn's attacked. The engine actually wants to castle queenside here, but he played C3, getting connect 4, just in case. CD4, CD4, never play F6, even though it's the engine move. Man, now Rook A6 doesn't look so dumb now, does it? Yeah. And the engine says black's better here. It doesn't, it's equal, but it'd rather have black. It really wanted white to castle here. It doesn't like C3. So, yeah, now black has 3-2 on the far queen side. He's attacking the center. He's got 2 bishops. This rook isn't playing the game. And white has an extra pawn. And Nepomniachtchi played a Nepomniachtchi move. And the engine says, good, good. This is a move I might not even consider. I'd be like castling, and my opponent would say it's illegal. But he played G5. So all 3 results are possible. A draw is the most likely, but the engine's like white's better, black's better, white's better, black's better, even during the move, because the position's pretty sharp. At the moment, it wants to take here and then take here, sort of the obvious way of playing. But there's a lot of ways to play. We could take here right away. We could play C3, confusing the audience. We could double up on the bubble up. Okay, he played the engine way. Shocking. Bishop takes F3, rook takes F3, take on E5. Black has established material equality at the expense of the 2 bishops, and it draws the most likely result. Yeah, once again, the engine's like white's better, black's better, white's better. Nobody's moving. It's just changing its mind a lot. Now it says black's better. See, C3 is a really important idea because the bishop's on F8. So that sort of just destroys the pawn structure here. If I take, bishop takes here. This is assuming that white castles. He's got to watch out for C3 because then he could lose some pawn on the queen side. Black could get a passed pawn. That's a really good bishop on F8. Always play bishop F8. Yeah, the engine really likes black here. Like, it's thought for like 2 minutes, and it's like, okay, now I really like black. Obviously, white's not checkmating black. That's just silliness. Man, there's some late long castling and short castling in this tournament. It's move 29. He's going to castle soon. Okay, let's see if Fabiano's won yet. He played rook b7. That is correct. And obviously, if white goes here, it's not good for black. So he played the engine move, rook d7. And Fabi played a very tricky move, which is engine approved. And it's tricky. Rook a8. God damn. I told you he'd attack on the 7th and 8th rank, but I didn't think this would happen. So I'm scared. So, yeah, this is a tough position for black. That king's really exposed. Naka needs to put his pawn back on f7. Yeah, this is very, 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 very dangerous for black. This king is safe. This king is not. In queen and rook endgames, you've got to have a safe king. Okay, Naka played rook takes b7, the engine move. King g7 somehow is the engine move, somehow. And, the engine says white's better, but the engine finds all the defenses for black and says he can probably draw. But, that king's no good. There's good and there's no good. That king's no good. So the rest of the game, Naka has to find the right defense. Very difficult position for black. Okay, and then castles was played. That's the engine move. Castle's queenside. And the line that I was telling you before was c3. The engine just wants to go takes c3 and says black is better because, we're attacking all these pawns. Obviously, this is a draw. I mean, there's almost no pawns on the board. We're trading all the pawns. But it prefers black because this bishop is really good. And the white king isn't as safe as the black king. Okay, so instead he played e4, attacking the rook. The engine says that's very bad move, because now this passed pawn is much stronger than this one, and this passed pawn's blocked by a knight. So e4 is a very bad move. You want to open the position for the bishop. So e takes d4 was a clear winner. e4 blocks the rook, the passed pawn's blocked by the knight, I have a passed pawn, and now rook f5 attacks your pawn. Very poor choice from Dinglerin. Now white's better. This is a very poor move. Yeah, this pawn's good. This pawn's not good. This rook is good. This knight's a great blockader now. The bishop doesn't have c5. e4 was a really bad move. Okay, now again, the game should be a draw. When I say bad move, I mean bad for them, not for you. Not like hanging a queen. Black was pressing. Now white's pressing. Black played b4, confusing the audience. 1,000 centidues. What? Why can't I be a goofball and be the best analyst? Why can't I be both? b4, now the audience is confused because the pawns are all lined up. By the way, this is like d4 exclam in a game of Connect 4. Otherwise, black would play d4 and have Connect 5. That was a really good blockading move. Okay, so we got to refresh. Okay, I refreshed. And now back to the game. b4, a-b, bishop takes, rook b5. A draw is the most likely result, but black has 3 isolated pawns, white has a passed pawn, the knight's a great blockader, and white's better. Probably it'll be a draw. e4 was a very bad move from Dinglerin. Very poor choice of moves. Okay, he played king g2, which is correct. Now, king g2 reminds me of a very long, boring story. I've told this story before on stream, but not very often. I had an endgame similar to this, and I played king g2, and this was like in 2011. And I was showing the game to Spencer. And I said, Spencer, king g2 is the best move. And then we had the engine on, and king g2 wasn't listed as a move. It listed the top 3 moves. And I said, no, king g2 is the best move. And Spencer's like, it's not listed as a move. And I said, well, I'm right. So we waited 8 minutes, and then king g2 was number 1. And then I played king g2, and we kept looking at the game. And the engine says king g2 is best. To me, that's easy, because I'm old. We don't want to be on this back rank, because that black gains a tempo, black checkmates us. Sometimes black trades queens and draws. King g2 is the obvious move, because then you never get attacked on the back rank. The king's better on g2 than g1. It's a no-brainer. And that's what Fabiano played. That's the engine move. That's the move you guys don't play. You got to make your king safe. You got to have prophylaxis, especially when you're getting trim. See, I got trim today, see? Yeah. Then you need prophylaxis. Maybe I am a goofball. All right. I'm waiting for the kudos for that joke, and then I'll continue. Might be too complicated for most of you. Boo! What? You're banned. Okay, you guys didn't get it. All right, rook c7. The engine says no. Queen a4. Here comes the judge. Queen f6. This position's too difficult to play for black, in my opinion. It's just too hard. The engine says black can draw, but I think the engine has to play black to draw. Okay, king h6 is correct. Rook d6. Yeah, I mean, Naka's going to lose. You can't... I mean, it's not his fault. He played okay, but he played f5, and he's like, I'm Naka. I can get away with it. Maybe, but no. f5 doesn't lose. It's just way too hard to play black after that, because you're getting 7th and 8th ranked. And then you got to defend like an engine every move. That's no fun. It's a 15-minute game. It's supposed to have fun. Yeah. So this is very, very difficult for black. He played king g7. And now Fabi can win his pawn back with rook takes at e6. Then Naka tries to trade queens. Then queen d8, and black still has a big advantage. So he wins this pawn. He'll have 4 against 3. That should be a win, that 4 against 3. It should be winning. So this is how the game should continue. And then the king moves, I don't know where, somewhere. And this should be winning for white with correct play. This should be a winning endgame. The engine says like +1, but I don't believe it. I think white's winning here. And that's probably what's going to happen. Okay, back to this game. He played, let's see, bishop d6. Always play king b1. Very, very good. Nepomniachtchi's very good. King b1, good. Rook f8, attacking the f pawn. Knight takes c4. That's the point of king b1. You don't want your king here, because then the rooks go to c8 and get pinned. Okay, rook takes f2. Exclam, former muscle. The rook is defending the bishop, so taking this just draws. Rook e1. These are all the engine moves. Okay, he played g6. He's trying to checkmate the king. But, I was at bishop f8, so there is no mate. So you must acquit. The engine doesn't like g6 because now the rook is on this. The bishop goes to f8, and white's just making his pawn weak. So g6 was a mistake. Takes. Bishop f8 is probably the best move. He played rook f6. That's acceptable. Obviously, you don't want to lose this pawn, so bishop f8 makes more sense to me. But this is looking a lot like a draw. 2 rooks and a bishop versus 2 rooks and a knight, and both sides have 2 pawns or 3 pawns. That's looking like a draw. Yeah, looks like a draw. All right, and this game... Wait, what happened here? Oh, he played queen b8. Queen b8 is also a move instead of rook takes e6. Fabi doesn't want to trade pieces because he wants to get this king. So rook takes e6 was the engine move, but queen b8 was the close second, keeping the queens and rooks on the board. That makes a lot of sense in this time control with the king so exposed. Rook f7 is correct. Rook c8, king h6. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous for black. White can equalize the material by taking on c5, and then black's king is just exposed, much more than white's is. Okay, so basically it's a true result game. Either Fabi wins or it's a draw. You guys know what the time situation is, but I don't. But based on what you told me earlier, Fabi has a lot more time now. Based on what you told me. Now, if he doesn't have a lot more time, it's your fault. Yeah, this is a really bad position for black. Very bad. Right. 3 minutes to 1. That's not good for Naka. Yeah, I mean, Fabi will be really mad if he doesn't win this game. He's up 3-1. He has a big advantage. His king is safer. It's really hard to play black. But Naka defends these positions well. He's going to have to defend for 20 more moves with a minute on his clock. Very difficult position. Truth hurts. All right, and this should be a draw. This is just everybody trading everything. What did he do? He played... Oh, he defended his pawn. Okay, so after rook f6, instead of taking on e4, he played rook g5 defending his pawn. Bishop c7, attacking the pawn with the 2 rooks. Rook c5. The engine wants to play d5 here. Rook c6, rook e4, rook g6. Give him a check. Rook c8, takes, bishop f4. And obviously this is a draw. I guess I would take white because white's pawn is more advanced. But all right, this pawn's on the outside and the knight can't move anywhere of note towards the pawn. And yeah, the engine says everything draws. It's not a big fan of that move, but all right. It shouldn't matter. This should just be a draw. Material's really equal, so this pawn isn't as dangerous as you would think. It's a little dangerous. So he can either play king d6 or rook check and then king d6. The engine says bishop e5 also draws, bishop h2. It's not very concerned. I'd be a little concerned. But it is not. I guess if white played c7, now I could play rook c6. We play king d6. Engine approved. Activate that king. Rawr! The king is an active piece. And unfortunately for Nepomniachtchi, if things go badly for him, it's rook and bishop versus rook, which is hard to draw. If things go badly for Ding Liren, it's rook and knight versus rook, which is easy to draw. So Ding Liren has the right minor piece in case something goes wrong. And Naka must have made a one-move blunder because he lost very quickly after we looked. I mean, it was really hard. I don't blame him for losing. Okay, rook g7, rook c6, rook e7, rook c8. Like, an engine would probably draw this, but a human with seconds, it's just impossible. Rook f7 is a losing move according to the engine. It's a blunder. Rook e8 is the correct move. And this pawn, yeah, he had to keep his rook on e7 because his pawn's really weak. And f7's the worst square. If he's going to move his rook, he should go to g7. That way he could play rook g6 and defend. Yeah, now he's just lost. Yeah, the engine already says it's over. Yeah, and that's a blunder because of here. I mean, it's too hard. It's not his fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Okay, rook f7, rook takes e. So he missed an instant win by playing another instant win. This would have been really nice. Then if queen takes rook, queen g5 mate. That would have been nice, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. He's still winning. Now you're threatening this, and there's no defense to it. So it didn't matter. And then he played a really nice win here. Everything wins. The nicest win is rook e7, because queen g5 is still mate. But he played g4 in case Matt Larson was watching. You can't take with the queen, because I trade queens and win your rook. You can't take with the pawn for about 40 reasons. I mean, I take this, rook e5, it doesn't matter. So you have to go here, and then g5 is check. Okay, he resigned. Rook takes rook. Yeah. All right, so that was a very good game from Fabi, and I mean, f5 was really dangerous for Hikaru. That was a very dangerous move, and I would have been too scared to play f5. He wasn't too scared, and he's probably right. But with the time situation, it's hard to defend your king. So a well-deserved win by Fabi. All right, and this game should be a draw. Let's see what happened. This is the last position we saw. He played king a2, bishop e5, and they're still playing, but the engine says all zeros. The important line, I guess, is if you check and take and c7, black just plays king d6, and it's a draw. Knight takes here is a draw. You could play check, king here, and repeat and draw, and it's a draw. So I guess the game is still going, but it will be a draw. And Fabi won a very nice game against Naka, where Naka's king got too exposed. He didn't have time on his clock to defend, which is very hard to defend. Very difficult. Truth hurts. Yeah. I mean, f5's not a bad move. It's just that when you play f5, the rest of the game, you're like, my king, So the other option is to not play f5 and give this pawn back, which is what I would have done. I would be too afraid to play f5 because I get crushed over here. Yeah. I guess an engine would defend better with a lot of time on its clock, but it's very, very dangerous. It's really hard to play. There's practical, it's hard to play black here. It's possible white's winning after f5. It's possible. Yeah. But yeah, you can see white's king was safe the whole game and black's was not. All right. And this game's about to end. He played rook c4. Good. King a3 is not as good as king b3 because king b3 stops rook c4. Still a draw. All right. And this is the boring world of Niels Bohr. If rook takes c6, we play the Swischen Zug, bishop takes b2 check. then take back, and it's king and knight versus king. So it's all a draw all the time. White's going to take, or knight e3 check. They both draw. So Dinglerin defended pretty well. He was better for much of the game. He was worse for much of the game. But e4 was an awful move. Basically, black was better and played e4, which was terrible. Frankly, terrible. And then he defended well and drew. Naka lost, and this game will be a draw. And this game was a draw. Okay, and they agreed to a draw. Solid. All right, good game, good game. Dinglerin drew a piece down. No. Was e4 a mouse slip? No, he just played e4. Bad move. The knight's blocking the pawn, the passed d-pawn. It's a pretty bad move. He could argue it's a mouse slip. Will you use Magnus's f6 move in a lecture in the future? Magnus did not play f6. Magnus played f3. So, yeah, sure. f3 doesn't do anything. Like, black is already threatening what he's threatening in the Giri game with Magnus. f3 didn't, like, lose the game because f3 was bad. f3 just didn't affect the rest of the game when black had a threat of winning a rook. So, it wasn't like black had no threat and f3 gave him a threat. It was black had a threat and f3 ignored it. So, any move would have been like f3 there if it ignored the threat. That was just very strange. Magnus just played bad. Magnus didn't play well. You can't win with a horse and king? I don't know. Can you? Yeah. I'd have to get a horse and a king, and I'll let you know. What countries have kings now? Belgium? Sweden? What? Give them a horse and a king. What cameras do you use? LOGI HD 1080p. That's what it is. There must be some other writing on it, but I don't know. It's some kind of camera. Yeah. The Netherlands, it's King's Day. Go, King of the Netherlands. Go orange. Isn't Giri beating Carlsen in their match? He's beating him. That's right. Bien sûr, mon cheval. Of course, my horse. All right, let's get the new games up. We got this. We got this. All right. It's looking good for Magnus to maintain his first place. Check your camera again. Skadarpali subscribe. Good, good. All right, we have 1,000 plus viewers a do. Everything looking good on the stream. Great. Fabi's H4 was useful later. That is correct. The Sultan of Brunei is not a broke ass. God damn. All the king's horses, etc., Humpty Dumpty, etc. I always thought of Nakamura's Friar Tuck than Humpty Dumpty, but maybe. Huh. What's Fabiano versus Hikaru score? 1-0 Fabiano. And the other game was a draw. Yeah, Mubat knows what's up. Ask Mubat. I don't do any lessons, individual or group. So there you go. We are in Georgia. Go, Fabi. Is Mel Brooks still alive unless he died today? Yes. If he died today, then no. All right, there's the 4 players. Go 4 players. Let's see, 1 o'clock class. I do yoga lessons. Mel Brooks died today. Sad. I don't believe it unless I find it on my phone. Although he is in his late 90s, so. Yeah, Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner are the old guys. I need confirmation. Not dead. Rawr. Favorite varieties of Perrier? Plain. There are no varieties I like. That's it. Fake news. What is trying to learn saying? Somebody said, really? Oh. He beat Magnus. Allez! Did King Jamun die? He did not. Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles. All right. Hikaru Fabiano. It's a Slav. They're going too fast for the audience. That's the Slav. All right. Takes here. I've had white and black in this position. I always thought years ago, what if I played a rated game against myself where I played both sides? This is most likely the position. Because the Slav was the opening I was playing the most, and I played Queen C2 against it, and this is what I did against Queen C2. So this would be like if I was playing a game against myself, it would be like this. Yeah, I've had black and white in this position more than once, these exact positions. All right, I'm already out of what I know. I don't know Vishwa nothing. Yeah, with the knight here, this has got to be at least equal for black. I like playing Queen A6. Queen A6 is one of my favorite moves with black. The engine just takes this and says equal, but there's something about Queen A6 that I like. All right, it's hard to believe the players are still in prep. I guess they could be, but probably not. All right, so this is about equal. Maybe I would take white because, queen's sort of silly here, although I like it. And nobody's moving there. Boring. It's the boring world of you-know-what. Yeah, the engine likes bishop d6. Hikaru played bishop d6 pretty quickly, as if he knows the position. All talk and a badge. They're playing instantly. 1 cent to do. Yay. What are the standings? Nobody knows. Niels Bohr has an E in the Niels part, which I learned a couple of years ago, I guess. Georgia's not open. Let's see. If you tried the Perrier and the blue bottle, I've not. Who would win instinctively? White Ben or black Ben? Draw! Dead or hurt? Nah, he's fine. Is Nakamura not streaming because he don't want to or not allowed to? He's not allowed to. Yeah, you can't stream your games. Not in this event. Exclam format. Exclam results. Exclam former muscle. All right, bishop d6. Rook fe8. The engine likes white, but the Grandmaster commentator says boring. Also, I like white a little bit. Kobe. Exclam Kobe. This is not the kind of position that's exciting for the crowd. Last game was when the Black King was running around and Fabi was attacking. That was good. And the other game hasn't started. Correct. No mistakes in that game. Magnus Carlsen wants to be friends. Good, good. 1,744 subscribers. Who will donate 56 subs? Not me. No tourneys today. Exclam. You tell him, Ubat. Why can't he take the c4 knight? It's not his turn. If it was his turn, you would be correct. It is white's turn. In this position, if he takes the c4 knight, then he loses the e7 bishop. Now he can take the c4 knight. But your move is very strong if it was his turn. So, yeah, that'd be good. All right, so obviously Hikaru's out of prep. He can defend his knight. He can take the knight. He can take the bishop. And all three moves are about the same. So I have no prediction. To me, rook fc1 is the least likely move. I think he'll take one of the pieces. Probably the bishop. I think he'll play bishop takes e7. All right, let's see. You know the secret to chess. Very busy. All right. Rook f8. And this game hasn't started? Wow. It's not even, a game with Fallujah. So that's shocking. Shocking. What about Rook AC1? What about it? That's legal. I think he'll take this. Geary commenting in Russian, chess 24. He could do that. Bohr died? Didn't Niels Bohr die like 100 years ago? What are you guys talking about? Let's see. Magnus is the best world champion in his chair. I agree with that. Is the opening a Grunfeld or does it transpose to Grunfeld? Otherwise, MVL's out of prep. Man, Nightbot's all crazy. All right, he played a move I never would have thought of. Knight FD2. That makes sense. I like Knight FD2. I don't care how bad the engine says it is. All right, so he could take the knight. He could play Rook AD8. He could play Knight E4. He played Rook AD8. That seems like a Geary kind of move. So Fabio liked it. Takes is forced. And white is tiny little better. Tiny. Man, Nightbot's all over the place. God damn. Let's see. Truce Guide is espousing nonsense as usual. Good, good. Kicked a soccer ball with Niels Bohr, even spelling Niels incorrectly. Wow. Nepo. Man, Nightbot's crazy like Fox News over there. Yeah, I like those bottle overlords. Good Simpsons reference, C.L. Smith. Which chess computer is the best? They're all the same. Goddamn noob. Correct. Wu-Tex Clan. All right. Terrible chat as usual. Everything everybody says is wrong. E3. All right. And the other game has started, obviously. We got the Grunfeld player versus the Grunfeld player. This would be like if Matt Larson was playing against himself in the Grunfeld. He's played both sides of this line. And Dinglerin plays the Grunfeld also. So, always play King B1. Yeah, this is very Matt Larson-esque. All right, so very unusual line of the Grunfeld. White castle's queenside, and usually plays for an attack over here with the H-pawn. Ginger GM style. First, white had to play King B1. Good. Black puts pressure on D4. He can play this later. He can play E5 and Knight D4. He can play F5. Usually the rook stays on F8 when they play F5, but he did not do that. So he'll probably play D5 since his pawn is attacked. And he did. Connect 4. Dinglerin wins. Queen E8. Still theory. All right, so white played F3, but he's made up for it by playing King B1 and Bishop F1. So I'll give him a break. Give me a break. Okay, he takes. Bishop E4. Man, the engine wants to play F3, but Hikaru knows better. He saw Magnus's game yesterday. Okay, now it trades. Rook FC1, not the engine move. C5, very nice. Yeah, the engine doesn't like Rook FC1 because it allows C5 too easily. And then black's just equal. And he played it. So if you take, you can check and take on C5. If black never plays C5 or E5, white's going to be a little better. Now white's all talking a badge. It's hard to believe this won't be a draw. They traded everything. This is like Geary. Yeah. This is actually Spider-Man's favorite game, Geary versus Geary. Man, you guys are going crazy with Nightbot over there. What the hell? Always retreat. It's the most equal of positions. Queen A3, playing for the worst position. He's trying to be worse, but he's not going to achieve it. All right, so they're racing towards a draw. Hikaru didn't get an advantage with white. Is a tiny little better than trade all the pieces off, Geary style. The engine actually prefers black here. Not sure why. Queen takes, knight takes G5, black's better. All right, I guess. Maybe G4, H5, then I can go to F3. Yeah, all right, maybe. Yeah, he didn't believe it either. He just played Rook C7. Okay, both sides are playing for a draw. That's an unusual way to play chess. I'm surprised that he didn't play queen takes queen on A3, forcing the knight to A3. But maybe the game is so equal he just doesn't care. All right, Naka's playing for tricks, but tricks are for kids. And the problem is, after white plays knight takes B7, rook D2 is going to equalize anyway. So black's going to trade rooks, get luffed, and then I guess rook C8 is a draw. Knight takes B7, rook D2. Black's not worse because F2 and B2 are going to be hanging. But still, this was inaccurate play from Fabi. He should have taken the queen, forced the knight to this stupid square. All right, so this game is going to be a draw. This game is not going to be a draw. God damn. Queen C1, that is correct. Breaking the pin. Knight A7. Engine hates that move. And then white's going to put it in H, and white checkmates black, and white wins. So Ding, the big favorite this game. The engine likes white, and black's very passive. Here comes, put it in H. And, white has this very nice pawn structure. Stymieing black. So Dingler in a big favor right now. This game is a big favorite to be a draw, etc. The more you donate, the more, stuff happens. This is a replay, DB Cooper. Thank you. Because the games don't take place from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. every day, Eastern time, and I do them live. This is just as a repeat. Or something, I don't know. Magnus is not playing today, so the Chess 24 Twitch has 10,000 viewers. We played yesterday, they had 25,000 viewers. No, the more you donate, the more I insult you. Frankly, ridiculous. Man, Nightbot's going nuts over there. God damn. I don't know if that's Karen or trying to learn. Either way, it's funny. Amon Hamilton knows what's up. G5, double X clam, former muscle. Rook C8 is the safe drawing move. Knight takes B7 risks both sides losing. So knight takes B7 is more fun after rook B2. Rook C8's really boring. If I was I'd play rook C8, but Naka might take on B7. JJ Wad gifted a sub to Nightbot. Very suspicious. Nightbot, the latest, subscriber to my stream. Will I do a game recap tonight? You're goddamn right. I will do a game recap tonight. It's not me. Go Karen. All right, this game is the boring world of Niels Bohr. This game is not. He played H4, knight B5, knight GE2. And white's doing great. Great position for white. Go Ding. Looks like Ding's going to ring Nepomniachtchi's bell this game. What happened over here? No! Naka played the boring move. No! I wanted to see knight takes B7. That is funny. All right, these games are boring. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Nigel Short. Ron DeSantis, Geary fans, Caruana, bamboozling Nakamura. Wouldn't say that. Kasparov versus Pentium Chess Genius 1995. Let's see. Anish Giri, already saw that. All right, Twitter's boring. Back to this boring game. A6, both sides agree to a draw at the same time. Frankly, this game is drawn. Back to this game where white will win. I have spoken. Put it in H. Takes. He could take on here. He could take here. He could play bishop h6. Nobody knows. I always teach my students in these positions to take with the h pawn, but they always take with the f pawn. My students aren't very smart. Now we'll see if Nepomniachtchi's 2800 or not. Boo! Incorrect. I guess he needs a new coach. Yeah, FG's bad. You don't want to open this file to your king. Yeah, and give white a passed e-pawn later. HG is clearly superior. Yeah, that's just a bad move. I mean, these guys don't get chess lessons from me. I don't know. Terrible. Now, Nepomniachtchi likes this kind of game because it's opposite side castling and it's all crazy. So he don't care. Frankly, terrible. White's lost a lot of his advantage. What did he do wrong? Let's see. He played knight e2. That is correct. e6. h5 is good. Takes. HG is okay. The engine keeps wanting to play this, but I wouldn't do that. Takes. Bishop takes b6. That looks good. Messed up his pawn structure. Trying to win this pawn. Yeah. All right. Takes. Knight takes d5. Bishop e6. Black sacrifices a pawn. Although he's not down a pawn. What? Oh, he does not. He traded those pawns. Black messed up his pawn structure. Black has two bishops. And he just blundered knight takes b6, losing immediately. Wow, what a blunder. He really played that? I played that. I think I did that. Knight takes b6 just loses. So I don't think he did that. No, that was me. Sorry. Yeah, knight takes b6, knight a3 check is winning. Terrible. Yeah, he played much better knight f4. $3! Yay! Thanks, Dan. I'll ignore your comment. All right, knight ef4. Now that's a good move. It's the two knights versus the two bishops. What else? Bishop f7. Man, I was just kidding when I said that. Then he took on b5. That is correct. So white's playing for domination. His knights dominate the bishops, tripled pawns. He just wants to win the endgame. Pass pawn on e4. The knight can blockade here. The other knight can go here. Engine doesn't like a3. What are you going to do? Very weird position. The two knights against the two bishops. The passed pawn. The tripled pawns. Good for us. Gotta bet on Ding. Always bet on the better player. And this game is the most boring game ever. All right, this game won the prize for the most boring game. Wow, G5. The engine says knight C7 resigns. That's the end of the analysis. It says like G5 is the worst move in chess history. I didn't play G5. Nepomniachtchi played G5. See, in this position, you can't play knight C7 because there's an A2 issue. Right? So he played A3. Now knight C7 is a threat. So black should play rook A8. And he played here. And after knight C7, he can resign. So that was totally insane. He just gave up material. Yeah, and now he resigns. Ridiculous. 300 centidues. Thank you. No longer freeloading. Worse than F6? Well, it said it was equal. Then after G5, knight C7, it says white's +4. So G5 is not good. God damn. See, whenever people blunder, you try to figure out why they blunder. What was in their head? What did they miss? Now, when it's you guys, you guys miss everything. When it's these guys, they were thinking something and it was wrong. So what I wonder is when Nepo played g5, what did he think about knight c7? I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing. Nothing. I got nothing. Like in his own mind, what did he think was going to happen here? I mean, he's just losing an exchange. The knight on f4 is going to go back to d5. Black has triple pawns. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. Like now he's thinking forever. So he missed knight c7. You can't miss knight c7. It forks a queen and a rook. So I don't know. So I don't know. Very suspicious. Yeah, g5 is a weird move. You know, if he doesn't play knight c7, there's nothing wrong with g5. That's why g5 is weird. When you play g5, the only move you're concerned about is knight c7. You're not concerned about knight e2 or knight d3 or knight h3. You're concerned about knight c7. You analyze knight c7, and then you're like, all right. Then when he played knight c7, he's like, Sometimes Nepomniachtchi just plays too fast. I don't know. All right, back to the dead drawn position. He's giving us a knight's tour. Good knight's tour. All right. It's the knight's tour. Hikaru's made 5 knight moves in a row, and he has to move his knight here, so that's 6. Excellent. And after knight c7, like, huge think. I don't know. Very suspicious. Probably playing Hearthstone. Probably. Yeah. All right. Naka's only going to move his knight the rest of the game. The engine says knight d5 is equal. Otherwise, white's better. Etc. That's a really cool line. After knight d5, e4, black can probably play knight c3. Yeah, and if you take it, b3 is winning. It threatens the e4 and the a2 pawns. That's nice. Yeah. So that would be cool if that happens, if he gets to play knight c3. All right, what happened here? Queen e5. Yep. And knight d3 is good, and knight takes a8 is good. They're both good. Okay, he took the rook. You can't take the knight because the rook is hanging here. So he has to play rook here. Then this knight replaces it. And then white's up in exchange. Black has tripled pawns. White has a knight on d5. To me, it looks like white's winning, but not +4. But the engine says +4. I would think like +2. But I guess I'm wrong. I guess the triple pawns don't help the evaluation for the engine. Doesn't like that. Okay, he played a3, which the engine does not like. The engine thinks a3 is terrible. So, like, b3 was okay. Knight d5 was best. Oh, no, a3 is better than b3, but still not good. b3, knight d5. This is funny. If you play e4 and I play knight here and you take and I take, the engine says it's equal. So the engine wants to play f3, never play f3, to play e4. So then when I take the pawn, the e4 pawn is defended. And f3 gives up the e3 pawn, but then after knight takes, it likes white, because white has this passed pawn. So f3 is by far the best move. There's no way he would find that. It's f3. No! Never play f3. Well, now white has good winning chances because a3 was a mistake. So all of Naka's moving his knight around 50 moves in a row gave him the advantage. In this position, if black wanted to equalize, he had to find knight d5, defending his pawn. And then if the pawn goes here, he can play knight c3 and take the e-pawn. But now with the pawn on a3, that pawn's weak. See, when I take here, and black takes on e4 or b2 or somewhere, it's hard for the knight here to win this pawn. The knight on b4 winning the a pawn, it takes forever. But now it's easier. Now when I play knight takes b4, I mean, knight c2 is winning your pawn. So then I'm going to win. So Naka has good winning chances. I mean, Caruana must be furious. Probably still a draw. You know, you can take and start pushing your pawns, and then probably it's a draw. But it's better for white. Never play f3 is correct. Okay, and then what happened here? Knight d5, h6. Ugh, so passive. Yeah, that knight's doing a good job of blocking it up on the bubble up. Man, truth hurts. God damn. I don't understand what happened with the Pomniachi that he let him play knight c7. I don't know. He missed knight c7. He misevaluated it. He made a mistake in calculation. I don't know. The thing is, if they trade queens, then white has a passed e-pawn and black has triple pawns, and white's playing rook c7. This doesn't look good for black. Man, this looks bad. King h7 looks terrible. That looks like a really bad move. That reminds me of when Nepomniachtchi played king h2 against... Who did he play it against? Giri. He won anyway, but it was a terrible move, undefending his f2 pawn. Very similar. Rook c1's good, queen b5's good, queen e7's good, not moving is good. I mean, white's up in exchange. White has a knight on d5. White has a passed pawn. Black has triple pawns. White's king is really safe. Black's bishops don't have anything to attack, etc. Queen e7, that's a Ben Feingold move. Trade queens, then you can't hang your queen. Yeah, this is just, I mean, the opponent actually is playing terrible. Queen takes b7, rook c1, doesn't matter. Yeah, this is just awful. Yeah, I mean, this is just, he's playing, I mean, g5 was just a terrible move from Nepomniachtchi. Just terrible. Yeah, this is just terrible. I got nothing to say except terrible. That's also terrible. The reason he played that is he wants him to fork, and then he wants to get his queen in here. Now, a human's not going to allow that, but the engine does. The engine's like, I'm up like 5 rooks. I don't care if you do that. Like, this is the engine line, and it's like, yeah, you checked me. Ooh! Then it says, like, either move wins, you just run away, and you're up 2 rooks. So it's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It says both moves are +9. So, I don't know. Here, and then check, and then here, resigns. King's got here, the queen's got here. Yeah, it's just, it says you're all talking a badge. All right. So that's what Nepomniachtchi wants to happen. He wants to get some action in here. And a human normally wouldn't allow that, but Ding might. Ding's like, I'm up 3 rooks, I don't care. Yeah. So every move wins. This wins the most material and gives black like 3 checks. So I don't know if he'll do it or not. Let's see. Never play f3. Confusing Fabiano. Fabiano's very confused. Okay, he played knight d1 very quickly. The engine says only king f1 is good. That knight c2 is equal. Knight c2, knight here. Because the knight's defending this pawn. So you want to keep the knight defending this pawn, move the king over, and then take this pawn later. And Fabi's going to put his knight here defending the pawn, and then he's going to push all of his pawns and say, all right, you got 2-1, I got 4-3, whatever. And the engine says white's better. Both sides are moving their kings up, so you guys are happy. So it likes white's protected passed pawn more than black's potential passed pawn, which hasn't happened yet. And he did not play knight e7. He didn't give any counterplay. This is the computer move, but the human is not going to give him any counterplay. And every move wins. Knight takes, knight b6, queen d8, not moving. Every move wins. I don't know what he'll play because every move wins. And then some, +6, etc. 1,300 viewers adieu. Thanks, viewers. Knight e7 is the engine move, the number one engine move. Now, knight d5 looks good, but you can't compete with knife f5. Rawr. You call that a knife? You guys can't even play knife f5 because that's tier 2. Here comes knife f5. There you go. Now Ding knows what he's doing. Knife f5. God damn. Now he's got this action. He's got this. The rook on h1 is well placed. This isn't mate because there's a rook on d2. Good, good. Man, the engine's pretty mad. He might resign here. If I take this, you got to resign. Because you got nothing. I don't know where to move it. Yeah, he's got to resign here. He resigned. I was right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is ridiculous. After knight f5, you can't defend all this stuff. Yeah. All right. Frankly, g5 was terrible. Frankly. All right. Will Naka win the slightly better endgame? So far, the answer is maybe, maybe, maybe. You guys know the time situation? Anybody? 100 cent to do, scam train, dime bag, scam train, go dime bag. Ding is up 1.5, and Caruana is up 1-0. Knight c2, exclam. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, 40% Naka wins, 60% draw. Yeah. Yeah, he really had to play the accurate knight d5 instead of a3. That's what gave him his worst position. But knight d5 was hard to find because it looked like e4 was good. Yeah, the engine says king e6 is terrible, frankly. King e6 looks completely normal to me. Now white plays king c4 and wins that a pawn, and according to the engine, he's winning. Doesn't like king e6. Now we got 60% Naka wins, 40% draw. Every move, it changes 20%. It's hard to understand. Doesn't like king e6 at all. It says, frankly, terrible. The best move, according to engine, is moving the king the other way. Help! Don't take my knight. The knight is needed to save the pawn, so it wants to play defensively. Play king c6, defend the knight defends the pawn, and then we move this up. So instead he let him play king c4. The engine says no, no. Yeah. All right, so Fabi's got to get those pawns going and hope that white doesn't get 2 queens. It's his only hope. Dimebag gifted subs. Go Dimebag. Gift those subs. Do-si-do. That was 3 things in a row, so I'm guessing it's too early for a train? I don't know. Something. H5, putting in an H. Fabi's going to move all of his pawns up, and white's going to have 2 connected passed pawns. The engine says go white, because 2 connected passed pawns. Black has no passed pawns. So the engine says white wins. From the most boring of endgames, Hikaru outplays Fabi and wins. Frankly, terrible. That's what Carlsen's thinking now. Carlsen's like, go Fabi. He didn't miss king c4. He just, he didn't want to play passively. He wanted to play aggressively. Put it in H5. Karen's right. All right. So Fabi played g4. Now Fabi's going to go f5, f4, f3, f2, f1. So then he'll have his 2 passed pawns. Rawr. Do it. The engine says white wins. But that's what black wants to do. Rawr. And maybe rawr if indicated. The engine says white's winning, but over the board it's not easy. Black has counterplay. So not easy. Thing is, if black has to sack a piece for one of these pawns, this H pawn's always going to win. White's always going to have a pawn left. So it looks like it should be winning. Okay, he played knight c2. Fabi went rawr, rawr, push all my pawns, rawr. Push the pawns up. If I was playing this game, I would think, white's probably winning. I don't know. And the engine's like, yay, white's winning. I mean, the players don't know. They know that white's close to winning. They don't know if it's an easy win or not. So Naka says, if you play f4, I'll take one of your pawns. And Fabi said, no talking. But he told them on Zoom, so it was okay. The engine loves this A pawn. That's the favorite pawn of the engine. Wasn't A4 better? No, disparaging Naka's moves. 1,300 viewers, all to see Naka win. The engine says white's +5. Bam. Knight e4, one of the engine moves. Will Naka play passively, or will he move his king up and escort his pawn home, hoping that none of this stuff ever works? The knight's a good blockader. The engine says king c6 is best. King c4 and king b6 are tied for second. Second place, first place. After here, this king can't come over, so then this is looking pretty good. But he's just calculating. Black can play knight f2, defending his pawn, then play f4. Otherwise, after f4, the pawn's hanging. So that might be what he's looking at. The engine says good for white. What do both sides have? 3-4 minutes? The truth hurts? After knight f2, the engine just goes here. Okay, so Fabi played knight f6, which is similar to knight f2 in the way that it defends this pawn. So now he's going to, push his two passed pawns here. And white's going to go here. And these pieces aren't really well equipped to stop the A pawn. Not well equipped. So the engine says +6, and it says, let's go. Okay, so he played A4, F4. Knight F1's fine. The engine likes knight D1 better because the knight is blocking the F pawn and the E pawn that way. I don't know, knight F1 seems the same to me. I don't know. All right, still says it's winning. It just likes knight D1 better. Not sure why. I like knight F1. Looks good to me. Yeah, it doesn't like that Fabi played A3 this game, or king E6. It doesn't like either one of those moves. Yeah, the truth hurts. Some guy in the comments in chess.com just wrote, why does Naka always lose to Fabi? Isn't Naka winning this game? That's a strange time to write that. Why A4 doesn't work after knight E4? It was illegal. Knight E4 was check. Yeah, he's in check, so A4 doesn't work. Good analysis. Do you have a favorite engine? I don't think Leela's an engine. I don't have a favorite engine. Whatever is free and I can steal. All right. The game has concluded. F3, never play F3. A5, always play A5. Knight D5. King C5 is the only winning move. There is no other winning move. If you play A6, you don't win because I check and take it and play King D5, and the engine says that's a draw. The only winning move is King C5, and he played it. 500 centidues. Mars Pinal 131. Good. If you subscribe, you won't have any ads. Yeah, this is a draw if he plays this way, which, he didn't. And then, whoa, it says E4 and black wins. No. Black's winning. Why is black winning? No. No. Black wins. Takes. Here. Check. And black trades queens and plays king takes h2, king takes g3. Black wins here down a pawn. Because black can force the trade of queens. And then we just go mop up. So actually, ace, if he pushed his pawn, he would have lost. God damn. Okay, so he saw knight b4 and played king c5. That is correct. And now Fabi's losing. King c5, the only winning move. And he played e4. And king d4 is the best move. Always play the best move. And the problem is you can't play e3 and draw the king and pawn ending because the king goes to f2 and I move the h-pawn. So king takes e4 and wins. So he tried and he failed miserably. The lesson is never try. Now it's time for the mop it up button. Mop that gavel up. So Naka's going to win, tie the match at 1, and Dingler is up 1.5 half. Exciting. Let's see if the next Ding game started yet. It has. All right. Nepo's white against Ding. Ding plays his favorite opening with black. Getting great results. This is where Geary did this, and he in the Armageddon yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was. All right. Get rid of this game. And he resigned. So it went takes here, a6, and he resigned. All right, so Naka tied it up. And the other match, Dingler ends up 1.5 half. And here's the other game. An exciting day of chess. Ding Nepo, Mr. Popezilla is not half-half. That is not correct. Man, Mr. Popezilla did it again. Everybody's getting it wrong. Come on, Mubat. Ding is up 1.5 half, not half-half. Boo, boo. Ding won like an hour ago in game 2. Yeah, both sides have played two games. Try to keep up. Yeah, Ding won very easily the last game. He played knife f5, and then black resigned. Ding is up 1.5 half. The other match is 1-1. Stop being confused. 1,400 viewers a do. The more you watch, the more ad money I get. I don't know, something. All right, let's see what happened this game. Nothing happened. Knight g4, defending his pawn, attacking the f-pawn. Confusing the audience. So he wants to play f6 defending and then put his knight back here. Very suspicious. 501 centidues. Now, for healthcare, as your president, I'm going to get you all fake Canadian ID cards. Go up to Canada, get yourself checked out. Bam. Good Chappelle Show reference. 100 centidues. Why can I use the emotes when I'm not a sub? You are a sub. I see the sub thing next to your name. So you're a sub and you don't know it. There you go. You are a sub. There you go. Yeah. Who needs the quickie mart? I do. Go Ding. What are the odds Ding wins? Good. Can I be moderator? Yes, that is correct. Let's see. How do I make you a moderator? I don't know. Plus mod. What do I do? I know how to make you a moderator. Can't even spell your name. Is it plus mod? Or is it hyphen mod? Oh, it's the slash mod? All right. Another train! You are a moderator, Pietro. I ban you. Do you fear Eric Rosen? I don't fear the Reaper. Loud EJ gifted a sub. Good. Go Scam Train. People of the world, join in. I'm confused, like, what move is he considering that's not castles? I don't know. Okay, I mean, that was the only move. That was weird. All right, wants to join. Results, mad. Naka still won. Flaka naka waka. All right. Now it's Fabi's turn to win. Got to take turns. It's only fair. All right, he played f6. He's going to put his knight back here. And Nepomniachtchi said, no, and played bishop d2. No knight h6 for you, I will take it. And the engine likes this move. It says, good. Because the knight here, usually the knight goes to f8. You know, it's moving around like this. But he, instead of playing knight here, to go here, he played knight here. Not engine approved. Now, black could play f5 because the bishop is off the e-pawn, and then his knight has a square back here. That would be fine to play f6 and f5. f6, I'm mad at him. f5, I forgive him. g5, god damn. He wants to play knight h6. He's not kidding. g5 seems more like a Nepomniachtchi move than a Ding move. He put it in H. Yay, Wooter 4. Woo. 502 centidues. You must beat Rosen. All right. My match with Eric Rosen, 4 p.m. May 4th. 4 p.m. Eastern, May 4th. Feingold Rosen. Be there or kindly be square. It's level 2. People of the world, join in. Join the hype train. And the scam train. Dr. Chess Gremlin, gifted a sub. Good. I'll prepare. I'll wake up. I'll have breakfast. I'll go take a nap. I'll drive over here. It'll be great preparation. Who's my favorite WNBA team? Go Detroit. They still have a team? Will the WNBA continue? We'll have to let the fan decide. Yay. Rosen will play for tricks. Tricks are for kids. He put it in H. H4. Recommended by Feingold, but mainly Ginger GM. All right. Big advantage for Nepomniachtchi. Knight G4, F6, G5. Frankly, that's a terrible idea. And this game is about equal. White's a little better. What breakfast? You know, probably some sourdough toast with vegan butter. Probably. Some coffee. Maybe a banana. All right, what's going on here? HG, that's very wells. HG, very wells. Now he'll play knight H2 and blockade and queen here and king H1 getting off of this diagonal. Black has the 2 bishops, although I can't click on the squares correctly. What else? And black's pawn structure, that don't make no sense. All right, so white wants to play king H1 and knight G4 and, you know, move the queen out somewhere and bishop E3 and the pawns are weak. King is exposed and black has 2 bishops. I'd still take white. Rook E6. God damn, he's going to play rook H6? That's crazy. Stopping queen H5. Not engine approved. Rook E6. He played it fast, too. All right, the engine likes white. White's got control of all these squares. Black has ridiculous pawn structure. Black's king doesn't have a lot of shelter. Black's bishops aren't the best bishops I've ever seen. White's better. Now, in this position, black has very few weaknesses. And white's in zugzwang. Yay, 9 ads. Go Scam Train. Listen to Karen. Cy Bradbury. Vegan butter? Yeah, it tastes great. Bagels are great. You're incorrect. Bagels are underrated, if anything. Man, this is the first time I've seen Dingler in play e5 with black and get a worse position. E4, e5. Never gets the worst position. He's too overconfident. Why are people calling it a scam train? No reason. Just keep giving me your money. Darth Bane gifted 5 subs. Good, good. That's the evil subs. I love them. Is Ding his last name? Nobody knows. It's Asian, so your family name is your first name. Don't worry about it. Just give money. Go, Karen. Level 3 hype. 1,752 subs. Can we get 48 more before the stream ends? The answer is fries. Don't worry, just put it in H. True Skype knows what's up. The more money you give, the more you'll know what his name is. Is it Hikaru Ding? Either way is good. Now, first of all, White played knife f5. Good, good. That's one thing I can click that most of you guys can't, because that's tier 2. And then he took the knight, ef. Terrible position for black. Frankly, terrible. Man, look at all these weak pawns. God damn. Yeah, this is very good for white. Queen f3, knight g4, GG. All right, we need more hype, more donations. Rawr. Any updates on Joel Benjamin? I heard they were recovering and they were fine like a week ago. Everybody in New York has the COVID, but I haven't heard anything about any of them. They seem like they're all okay. COVID. 500 centidues from Loud EJ. Speaking of COVID, Loud EJ and his whole family had it, and now they're fine. They're like, that's all you got, COVID? COVID. Loud EJ crushing the COVID virus. Deathbane gifted a sub. Good, good. Level 3 complete. It's past Ding's bedtime. That is correct. It is 11:45 in China in the evening. Cy Bradbury is subscribed at tier 2. Now he gets the knight f5. COVID. All right, terrible position for black. Good thing he's playing Nepo. Queen f3, that's okay. I should play queen d4 here. Queen d4 is the right move, but he played h6. Solid. Queen h3. All right, that's fine. Wants to play knight g4, obviously. Frankly. Wants to get his rook up here. Put pressure on this pawn. Yeah. He could play g4, king g2, rook h1, queen f3, and get his knight to g3. That makes the most sense to me. Like here, here, queen here, rook here, knight here, knight here. Then the knight has e4 and h5, and the rook is on the open line. Now this is like a nice plan, getting the knight to one of these squares. This is also good, obviously, if he can't take the pawn. So very bad position for black. Too many pawns on dark squares for his dark squared bishop. Boo! Black had the 2 bishops, what else? Now there's a what else. 55 centidues. Do it. I was trying to imitate Naka there. I was trying. Only one time zone in China is correct. All right, let's see how Naka, Flocka, Naka. All right, it's always the same opening with Naka. Played h4 again. Did Naka have time to analyze it between games? This is the same game. This is the same. This is the same. This is the same. This is the same. Wow. This is the whole same game. So in this position, what did he do? He took and played rook here? I forgot what he did. Yeah, this is the same as their other game. You know what? Wait. I think he castled. Yeah, I think he castled here in the first game. Fabiano. Yeah, and now he played here. Okay, so this is his... Fabiano's playing differently. And takes on b6. Okay, so Fabiano, somebody must have told him between games, if you have this again, take on a6 and castle. One of his coaches must have sent him the analysis, or he did it on his own. Yeah, the engine says White's doing great here. So he was told to do this between games if this happened again. Yeah, because in the game, they played, in the first game, he castled here. And now he took and takes on b6. And then if rook takes b6, which is forced, then bishop c7. And then he took on h4, put it in h to equalize the material. And yeah, White's probably better here. I agree with that. This pawn he can attack, this pawn he can attack. Rooks are blocked by the bishop. Yeah, okay. Probably it's a draw with correct play, but I'd rather have White. So Fabiano played an improvement over the first game that he won. God damn. All right, the hype train's slowing down. Let's go. We can't stop that hype train. Yeah, this is Fabi's improvement over his first game. And says White's slightly better. Yeah. Yeah, but their coaches can look at their game and email them or text them or call them or smoke signals in a Zoom and say, hey, if you have this again on move 14, 13, whatever, play this. Bitch. Probably that's what they said to Caruana. Unnecessary flash subscribed. Thomas Gauss, $2.99. Smorphylicious, 300 centidues. Loud EJ, 10 gift subs. God damn. Heiser Heinz, 200 centidues. Why are there arbiters? That's so they don't cheat during the game. Between games, it's not cheating. When they're not playing, you do what you want. When you're playing, then you can't do what you want. 1,300 viewers to do. Scam train complete. Go scam train. People of the world, join in. Well, obviously, between games, do whatever you want. Why would there be rules between games? God, the chat all the time, man. It's like you're trolling me every time. All right, bishop e7, rook c3. He's going to play the Caruana gun. God damn. Going to triple up on the bubble up. The engine says e5 is equal. What's the problem? All right, and Ding blundered and resigned. This game's over. Ding made a one-move blunder and resigned. Yeah, he played queen d7, triple question mark, leaving his queen hanging, and he blundered. Now he can resign, but he played here missing knight f6. The worst blunder of his life. Yeah, he blundered a queen. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Didn't see knight f6. If he saw knight f6, he would play queen takes f5 and sack in exchange for a pawn and be slightly losing. But he didn't see knight f6. I mean, puzzle rush. I mean, come on. Come on, Ding. See, now pay attention. This is 15-minute, 10-second increment. The tournament night on Saturday was 10-minute, 2-second increment. These guys make one-move blunders all the time and resign. The people under 1400 section play 95 the whole game and never blunder. So there you go. See, I wouldn't throw Ding. I'm like, yep, Ding's not cheating. Next. Yeah. All right, so unbelievable. Queen d7, double question mark. Rook takes f5, triple question mark. Resigns. Frankly, terrible. I've had many adjourned games. Yeah. Yeah, that's the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in the whole earth. As far as I know, the whole earth was destroyed. Yeah. So that was terrible. So that was ridiculous. Yeah. Yay, such strong support. 22 subs, 3,000 bits. You guys aren't as bad as I tell everybody. Every time I said you guys were horrible, I was being sarcastic. All right. Okay, so that match is tied. Ding versus Nepomniachtchi tied with one game to go. This match is tied 1-1. The engine said E5, and Hikaru said no, and played bishop D6. I should just called him Consuela. All right, and white is very slightly better, marginally better, plus tax. What a blunder! Blundered his queen. Come on, Ding. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Magnus said Nakamura's pretty good. This is pretty good. I don't think I've seen Ding blunder this much in one move ever. Svidler. That was a lot of blundering in one move. The rook takes f5. Yeah. All right. Twitter's great. Queen c2, getting rid of for the Fabi gun. Yeah, this is very unpleasant for black. This is weak. This is weak. This is a pass pawn in the endgame. The rooks can't do anything on the A file. This is just very nice for white. Should be a draw with correct play, but black has to suffer. That's not, very easy play for white. Good. And the engine says it's equal. So there you go. But I don't like these rooks. I don't like being down 2 rooks. These rooks seem like they're going to have more fun. Put it in H. The engine plays queen H5, but Nakamura puts it in H. Put it in H. You got to have tier 3 access to put it in H. That's why Naka played H5. It's got tier 3 access. Yeah, the engine says no. Queen H5. Threatening mate. That's the best move. H5 doesn't like it. Now he triples up on the bubble up, and black has to play passively. Frankly, terrible. Very nice position for white. White has the half-open file. If Farnsley 69 was here, he could explain about this backward pawn to you. And just a nice position for white. How does white answer queen g5, or how does he answer it? Queen h5, he could play g3, stopping mate. That's what I would do. Then you block the mate. And then that's the end of that. But, g3 weakens the white square somewhat. And then you could say Atari. You could take the g3 pawn away, and then you play queen h2 mate. All right, you should go get that joke. Go get that joke. All right. Try to explain the joke to him, too. Threatening the rook. Now, if he was playing Ding Larin, that might work, but he's playing Hikaru, so I don't know. If he was playing Ding, then okay, it's just a rook. Bam. Gotcha, bitches. Doesn't white have queen e2 here? I guess queen e2 in all positions. Yeah. 1,300 viewers to do and 2 trains. Can we fit those guys on the trains? Man, if I get him more trains, it might be hot as an oven. Man, tough. Man, that joke was not so good. Good. Hikaru doesn't know which rook to put on A8. He's confused. Man, that joke, on a scale of 10, I would give it a 9. $9.99. So I assume Naka has much less time based on what I'm seeing here. Somebody tell me the time. Is it like 8 minutes to 5? Got to guess something. 12 each. God damn. 12 each? 5 to 5. 12 each? What? How could they have 12 minutes each? Oh, this game started after the other game. I thought this game started before the other game. Now I'm getting confused. That's right. They started it way later. All right, for reasons I don't understand, the engine likes this move better than this move. I guess after this move, B5 could come later, and after this move, it cannot. I guess. I would not want to play that move because you can't do nothing there. I guess they're both terrible. Terrible. And Rook A7 is the worst because I can play bishop here, and then I can start pushing my queen side. So for some reason, rook here is much better than the other rook. Frankly, ridiculous. I guess also with this rook here, we're stopping bishop b6. So this traps the bishop more. All right. No killing my customers. Don't do it. Rook c5 is an interesting idea. Too interesting, if you ask me. Because of the implication. Wow, Nick Azimo with that deep, sunny reference. Good job, Nick Azimo. So I'm not going to do it, but the implication, so yeah. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. That was a great episode because they were hiding a lot of alcohol in their bodies and luggage and stuff. That was pretty good. Good. Think of the implication. Official. He didn't get his $1,000 a month from Andrew Yang. He needs a sub. I was talking about buying the boat. That's a good episode too. It's the amphibious boat. Yeah. I think they use that in more than one episode. I think they use it in at least 3 episodes. The implication. Yeah. $1,000 a month. Rawr. I only want $1,000 a month if I get Trump's signature on it. Not sure why exactly. Rook CA8. That is correct. Naka plays the best move. Frankly, terrible. I time out you. You time out me. We're the moderator family. Yeah, Karen actually unblocks him and then regrets it. And then I block him. Good. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Naka. Who wants to hear a funny-ass joke? I hope you allowed that. Yeah. Why are their voices different? Did Jim Henson die? Yeah, that's a good one. World's Worst Man. Good reference. Good. Very good. No, but not only do I not watch Westworld, but Wes called me this morning and asked if I watched Westworld. And I said no. Then he said the next episode, which he's watching currently, is called Past Pawn. Wes always watches shows that have the word Wes in them. So. Okay, Frappuccino, no talking. Talk about chess or something. Talk about all the games you always lose. 1,300 viewers a do. Well-timed dad is correct. All right, the engine says white is all talk and a badge. He has nothing. He has no advantage. And Fabi's thinking incorrect. Wants to join my club. Man, Ding blundered so quickly. There's only one game to look at, and they ain't never moving. And the engine says all zeros. So if this game is a draw, which seems likely, then we're going to have both matches tied going into the last game. We're salivating. The matches are so interesting. Even Chess24 Twitch has 16,000 viewers. Usually when there's no Carlsen, they all just leave. Probably because Carlsen's on the Twitch stream commentating. My favorite Rick and Morty episode is probably the Rick Lantis mix-up, a.k.a. The Citadel, Tales from the Citadel. Although I also like when they have interdimensional cable. Both of them. Both of those episodes are great. So, I don't know. I mean, all the episodes are good. Episode 1, season 3 is really good, where he breaks out of the prison. That's a great episode. God damn! It's my stream, so Fabi sacrificed the exchange. God damn, I said god damn. All right, the engine says very suspicious. Nah, it says it's equal. Wow, sacrificing the exchange. Queen b3. Queen takes h5. God damn. All right, this is triple-edged. White's going to try to mate him. Black's going to try to be up in exchange for nothing. For nothing. The engine doesn't like it. Fabi had all he could stands. He can't stands no more. He's hoping he can get his bishop to e5, his rook to g5. He's hoping he doesn't lose his old queen side and that black infiltrates and wins. Man, this is great. It's triple-edged. Will White be rewarded for his bravery? Or will he get beat like Rihanna on a Saturday night? The answer is fries. Bam! Sacking an exchange, losing his mind. Bam! Gotcha. You don't want to hear the truth? Don't come to the park. Man, when he played rook c5, he was thinking, Kobe. Now he's probably thinking COVID. f5, confusing the audience. Remember when he played f5 the previous game he was black and he got the smackdown? Exactly. So will Fabi get his bishop to e5, giving up his queen side, or will he do nothing? There's not really a lot of other plans for White. The rook, is useless, but the bishop on e5 is really good. Sort of give up your queen side, but bishop on e5 is really good. So the engine says bishop c7 is equal. Otherwise, White just plays random legal moves and says White's a little worse. f5. It's more of a Hikaru position than a Fabi position now. Before it was really Fabi, but when he sacked the exchange for unclear play, now it's a Naka position. Cartman's your favorite human. He's not even human. Yeah. Full Leroy Jenkins. God damn. F5's okay. Kobe. Sacking the exchange back. God damn. Now I see my mistake. G4. What is Matt Larson playing over here? All right, it's triple-edged. I've seen every Family Guy, so obviously. That's right. Everything everybody said was sarcastic. This is game 3. That is correct. Both matches are tied. This match is tied at 1. The other match is tied at 1.5. I better get that other game up. It's going to start soon. The game 4. I already forgot about that match. They haven't put the game up yet? Dingler in one, the Pomniachi one. So this is the game that he won a long time ago. They haven't put up game 4 yet. Instead, they got Hess playing Blitz with Vidic. Terrible. All right, I'll go back and look soon. All right, so after F5, played G3. The engine is furious with that move, with great vengeance and furious anger. The engine says G3. Frankly, that move is terrible. Doesn't like G3. It doesn't like it at all. Now it wants to play Queen B1, King G2, and then give him the old rook lift. And it says black should be winning. It really hates G3, like a lot. Now it says black wins. It says G3 is frankly ridiculous. I'm not sure how easy it is to play like this idea, but you might play it. Then queen here and then mate. Rawr. Black has the largest of advantages now. He sacked the exchange. He ran out of gas about 2 moves later. The truth hurts. This is the worst thing that could happen to Magnus. If Hikaru wins this match, Hikaru's in clear first, which doesn't really matter because after the round robin, then there's matches. So, like it matters if you're first or fourth, but it's fun to be first. When the tournament's over, that's when it's the most fun to be first. After this round robin ends in a few days, April 30th, then they're put into matches. This guy plays that guy, that bike plays that guy, then the winners play each other, and so forth. Mainly and so forth. Queen D1, losing my queen. What plays is Fabian if he loses? I don't know. There's too many, it's too complicated. Okay, he played queen takes A3. Engine says that's fine. It says white's okay now if he plays queen G6, threatening this pawn. And then rook E5, threatening this pawn. He played random legal move, king G2. So if Fabi sacks the exchange, they just makes random moves, doesn't threaten anything. Very suspicious. Rook F8, the engine says that is correct. So white's down a rook for a bishop. White's bishop is terrible. And the engine says black's winning. It says, frankly, G3, king G2 is terrible. I mean, I understand. I'm streaming. Fabi knows I'm streaming. He wants to sack the exchange. I understand. But, it doesn't work out sometimes. Queen E2, attacking the rook. Queen D3 is correct. Fabi can trade queens, play rook C3, win the D pawn, and hope to draw. Or he could play queen E1. To me, it makes more sense to trade queens and play rook C3 and try to draw that endgame. That's what I would do. Yeah, so I think he should take rook here, win this pawn, king F3, rook here, and chill. The engine says 1.5 for black. I don't see why it's that much. But that's what I would do if I was white. I don't like my king here. The rook can come up. If the queen gets to any of these squares, I just lose, just getting crushed. So I don't like my king. Not when the queen and rook are attacking me. This bishop's useless. I do like winning a pawn also. So I'm a queen takes D3 man. The engine prefers queen E1. Always retreat. Hard to argue with that. Is this game 3 or 4? This is game 3. And the other game's not up yet. Oh, here it is. I was wondering. It should be up. Wow, they're move 22? I couldn't even find the game last time. I think they started the game late. Okay, Ding's white against Nepo. This match is tied 1.5, 1.5. This match. Very unusual opening. The engine likes white a little bit. Man, players are playing really quickly. I know that I know that this isn't. They've already played these moves, but I mean, this match is going on for like 5 minutes, and they're in the 20s already. Yeah, this is just slightly better for white. Black has 2 isolated pawns on the queen side, so very nice position for white. Very nice. Yep, that's a good move also. Yeah, this is very unpleasant for black. I mean, all this stuff is attacked. Yeah, black's really fighting for a draw here. He might draw, but he's very unpleasant. He's just down a pawn now. Opposite bishops might help him get a draw, considering this bishop is great. But this rook is good. 2-1 majority. Rooks are on the board. Excellent winning chances for white. So either Ding's going to win or it's a draw. If Ding wins, the match is over. So Nepomniachtchi can't win. So he's hoping to draw this position with black, down a pawn, and get to the Armageddon game. And Fabi did what I thought was right. Trade queens in here. All right. I think white has excellent drawing chances here. And the computer's like, black's up 1.2. I think black's up like 0.7, 0.6. I don't think this is winning. But it likes black. All right. Only black can win. White can never win. So it's going to be black. So Fabi's fighting for a draw. Nepomniachtchi's fighting for a draw. Fabiano and Naka are on game 3. Ding and Nepomniachtchi are on game 4. Both matches are tied right now. Confusing the audience. 1,360 viewers. That is correct. The more you donate, the more I stream. We haven't seen a donation of $99.99. My favorite donation. Even better than $999.99 because I feel bad for that person. I'm like, man, the guy shouldn't give me all his money. Come on. All right, so this is 50-50 over here. And this is also 50-50. Excellent play by Ding. Okay, I was worried the bishop would get here and the king would stay there forever, ever. And Ding went, no. F4, walk the king up. Very good. Song about the sweet loving woman. Okay. H6. That's right. Move that king up. Now you're talking. Hooray. Okay, now the problem with this move is you can take this and play rook e8 and trade all the rooks. And Ding must think he can win that position. I'm not sure how he wins that position. How do you win that position? You can win that position? You must think you can. I guess you can. It seems like it should be a draw, but I guess white can get a pass pawn on the queen side and try to win. I guess. And white's king's a lot better than black's king. I mean, it's very tempting to trade all the rooks. Rook takes, bishop takes, rook e8. After rook takes, bishop takes, my king's walking up and my pawns are walking up and your king is here and it can't go here. All right. That's still very tempting to trade all the rooks. Okay, he played rook d8, stopping the king from continuing up like a knight, move the king like a knight. All right, so 50-50, white wins or it's a draw. Double on the bubble up. He checks. King e4 is the best move. Excellent winning chances for white. Excellent. Look at that. White's up a pawn. White has a better king. That move is... What kind of move is that? How could he play here and let him take this? What's going on? Sometimes the Nepomniachtchi plays too quickly. All right, the engine just says that's insane. It says this and white's winning. I got nothing. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of checks for black, but you have to calculate that accurately, and instead he just moves really fast. So, all right. Very suspicious. If he doesn't take it, it's a great bluff, because then it's just completely equal. So Ding has to take it if he wants to try to win. The king's going to be forced way over here, but the engine says, so what? I mean, all right, so this is very dangerous. Okay, so he did take it. It's the only way you can try to win. I mean, the king's going to be walking around over here. It's going to be interesting. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing over here. G4, engine likes that. Okay, take. Remember, trade all the pawns off when you're trying to draw. All right. The engine says 50-50. White draws or white loses. Always repeat. Good, good. Naka doesn't want to win? Really? All right. Oh, Naka doesn't think he's better. The engine does not agree. Yeah, I thought it would be a draw. I thought White's position was better than the engine said. Yeah, now the engine's saying that, white's only like a little worse. All right. I mean, black should have tried to win that more than he did. Here, maybe not, maybe, but before. Well, maybe here too. All right, Naka wasn't as impressed with his position as the engine was. Like here, the engine's thinking that black is close to winning. So I guess Naka didn't think so. All right. That's a strange decision from Naka. He usually tries to win every position. Yeah, especially since he can't lose. That was weird. All right. Okay, so both matches are 1.5 half. Game 4, we could see 2 Armageddons. And game 4 started a long time ago in this game. And Ding is winning. Not winning, just a little winning. Rick D2 is sort of crazy. That's sort of a crazy move. And I mean, if you're giving up F7, you got to like calculate, correctly. You can't just be like, oh, that was wrong. That's what you guys do. That's not what these guys are supposed to do. So white has a better king. White has better rooks. I like black's bishop better. White's threatening mate in 3. Yeah. So if Ding wins this game, the match is over. And Hikaru's going to get white in game 4, and their match is tied. So 2 tied matches going into the last game. And there we are. The game is up. It hasn't started yet. I'm guessing in about 5 minutes. Probably this game will end and the next game will start. That's just how the timing is going to work. Not because of the organizers. That's just how fast. Ding lost so quickly in round 3. That's what happened. 1,400 viewers. Rawr. All right, don't forget to donate. Do it. Some of you forgot. All of you should donate $800. Then I won't see you tomorrow. Damn, that's for sure. I'll cure the coronavirus by throwing money at it. Abstain of sanity. Wait, a bastion of sanity. Abstain of sanity? A bastion of sanity. Man, I really misread that. I need new glasses or something. Yeah, I thought there wasn't any sanity clause. There ain't no sanity clause, is there? Exactly. 800, you'll never see me again, as long as you all do it. Isn't Ding Nepo half, 1.5, not 1.5 half? No, Ding Nepo is 1.5, 1.5. They both have 1.5. This is game 4. Ding won game 2. Nepo won game 3. It's a tie. This is game 4. This position here, this is game 4. They both have 1.5. And in the other match, they both have 1.5. All right, you guys are calculating 800 times 1,300 or something. All right, there's the first 800. Finally. 999 from Knight Rider. Hooray. Go Knight Rider. All right, Nepomniachtchi sacrificing his F7 pawn, then after it's captured, thinking for 5 minutes. What is it, you guys? $80 installments. That is going to be 80 cents short. No. Is it 80 cents? I guess. Well, the engine says bishop d3 check or resigns. There's no other move. Bishop d3 is the only move. The other move is to give up. So he'll probably play bishop d3. Giving up seems incorrect. Always resign. Can you explain the computer evaluation? White's up 2 pawns. White's threatening a 3rd pawn, which leads to checkmate. The computer likes white. So that explains that. 100 centidues. 2 vegan pigs on the 7th. I'm the best, says Metalhead. I wonder if he has a machine head. It's better than the rest. Nick is emo. Wants that bank check. I got a student loan check before you guys were born. It was like $3,000. And I went to the bank. It was the biggest bank in Michigan. They have 9 billion branches. And they said, we don't have that much money. It was like $3,000. So they gave me like $1,200, gave me a cashier's check. The same bank, the same deviled egg, different student loan check. And they said, we don't have enough hundreds, so we'll give you 20s. We don't have hundreds at the bank. Exactly. Banks are good except for one thing. $3K was a lot of money back then. That's right. Some name I can't pronounce, subscribe. Good. Let's see. Gawking Rabble. Terrible chat. It was 3K then was 4.7 trillion now, but still, 3K is a lot of money now. God, what's wrong with you guys? I mean, good job. This is the only move that makes any sense at all. And then he's thinking for like 10 minutes. All right. Yay, he played the right move. Anybody here? No. All right, he played the only legal move. The engine says you can play here or you can play G5. Mother. See, this defends H7, so there's no more checkmate for white. So black can make any move he wants. Although if he allows this, he's down 3 pawns. But he could play king H8. He could play G5. He can play bishop E2 check. Play rook takes H2. Truth hurts. Whatever he does, he's down 1, 2, or 3 pawns. So it's harsh. Rook D5 check. In this position, rook D5 check. That's legal. King G4 resigns. Always resign. Now you can't defend this, and you can't, so now if you check, it looks like rook H5 is mate, but it's not, because I go here. If you check here, always play bishop F1, then I go here. So I keep threatening this, and it doesn't work. Here takes. If pawn takes check here, and we Nigel short him, although not really, we just play G4. We Matt Larson him, and then here comes the mate. So that's what Nepo was looking at. He was looking at rook D5 check, but the king always escaped. So he played the correct line. That is correct. And then he played rook takes H2, putting it in H, rook G7, king H8, the engine move. Very good. And the engine says every move wins for white. +3, +4, +5. It doesn't matter what he does. White's up 2 pawns. Black's king is trapped. And black doesn't have any mate. The best move is supposedly bishop C5 or bishop D6. So the bishop can go to this diagonal. And it says black doesn't have enough checking power to do anything serious. And he played the best move because he's 2800. Doesn't hurt. And the checks, they do nothing. Here comes the bishop. And there's good and there's no good. That's no good. So black has to play for tricks, but tricks are for kids. I mean, I would play bishop E2 all day and then some. And then I would be running out of ideas because the king here, there's no checks. Can't play rook F8 check. Then that's the end of my ideas. And then the engine resigns. It's amazing. White's up 2 pawns, and the engine says +8. Damn. Harsh. All right. It's tough to have no king. Good to walk your king up the board. All right. So after this, it says white's going to win. Ding is going to win the match unless he blunders. I assume he has a big time advantage because the Pomniachi thought like 6 minutes on bishop D3 check. This match will be over, and the Caruana final game should start soon. The final game in regulation, I should say. If Naka wins this game against Caruana, he's in clear first place. If he draws the game and wins the Armageddon, he's tied for first with Carlsen. In any other scenario, Magnus is in clear first. Carlsen needs to win to come in the top 4, He could still lose and come in the top 4, but winning would cement it. And Nepomniachtchi's looking bad for the top 4. He keeps losing all his matches. So, yeah, I think Nepomniachtchi's already lost 3 matches when he loses today. Okay, and he's not moving, so I assume the time is bad. Anybody? Anyone? Does Nepomniachtchi have more than 2 minutes? Anyone? Anything? After rook g8, I play bishop e5, and the truth hurts. 3 minutes for Nepo, 8:40 for Ding. God damn. And Nepomniachtchi is a fast player. Man. What are the prizes? $1 billion. $250,000 in prizes. First prize is $70,000. All right, they're off. It's the same deviled egg. This is the same deviled egg. This is the same. They did this already. Yep, exactly the same. Okay, now if I remember correctly, he played knight bd7, knight c4, then here. This game he played here, stopping the knight d6, bishop d6 nonsense. All right, and Naka didn't play bishop f4. He played here. And now we could play knight d2, and the bishop's not on f4, so he can't go to d6. The engine says black's better already. Knight bd7, bishop e4. And this move is too passive. It doesn't like this move. I mean, black's not better, but black's not worse. So my question is, why didn't he play bishop f4? I think the answer is he should have. I don't know. I would have played bishop f4. If he plays here, he transposes the other. I don't know why he didn't do that. Bishop d2 is pretty meek. Maybe Naka's going to inherit the earth. Okay, and this game's about to end. He played rook f2. Not an engine favorite. I guess the idea is after bishop here, I take it. Takes, bishop here, check, and rook here, mate. So bishop here is a blunder. I think so. Let me see. Yep, this is just it's a trick. And then black checkmates. I saw that trick. So that's not good. Yeah, and so he can just play bishop here attacking the rook and then play bishop d4. So probably Ding won't blunder a piece and lose. Probably. That's a good trick. That's easy trick to fall into. That's pretty nice. All right, so rook a7 wins. Here, everything wins. The engine says every move wins. The moves that hang mate do not win, like bishop e5. That does not win. Every other move wins. All right, Flaka Nakawaka, what did he do? Rook fc1. It's the most equal of positions. The engine prefers black slightly, just slightly. Rook f2 was hoping black played bishop e5, blundering, and then he wins. That's what rook f2 was. That's right, world's worst man. It's just a simple trick. Good Simpsons quote. Lucky for you, that trick don't work. Very good reference to The Simpsons when Homer got to over 300 pounds to get on disability. Very good. In that episode, he's in the land of chocolate. Chocolate half off. All right, bishop e4. Good. All right, black has no problems. He had no problems the other game in this variation. Then he lost the drawn endgame. So Naka wants some of that back. 4 emotes. You can put 1 billion emotes here, and I don't care. Maybe like Nightbot cares. I don't know. Does Nightbot care? Suspicious. I don't know. All right. Did he blunder bishop e5? He did not. He played the engine move, bishop c5. Didn't get his 2800 rating in the mail. Earned that 2800 rating. God damn. So for reasons I don't understand, this is +5 for white. This is +5 for white. Otherwise, white's +9. So to play with the least amount of losing, those moves are the best moves. This move is no good. Other moves are no good, etc. Like that move is no good. Now you were correct about your rook f2 stopping f5, because now the engine plays f5. And then it says it resigns, because after f5, we're threatening this mate. You pointed that out when you said that move, and I said it stopped this, but actually you were right. F5 threatens this checkmate, and there's no defense. The engine says F5 is plus 57. After F5, this checkmate's annoying. Rook here, mate. Although I would repeat and then play the checkmate, of course. Yeah. So if he plays F5, I guess the Pomniachtchi will resign. I guess. He's got all the time. He played bishop b4. I don't know why he didn't play f5. After f5, it says what black resigns. It takes this. Oh, I know why. He thought takes, check. I know why he didn't play f5. He's wrong, but I know why he didn't do it. This is why he didn't do it. Yeah, but the king moving up here wins. If the king goes back, for example, I go here, which also wins. But, okay. But king up here wins really easily. There's no checks. Can't check here because of the bishop. And if you take here, I just checkmate you. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's why he didn't play f5. I'm not sure. But f5 was better than what he played. Now the game goes on. He'll still win. He'll take another many moves. Many moves. Yeah, black was able to trade rooks here. f5 would have ended the match. So that's a terrible blunder for that situation. Still winning, but now he has to win a 2-pawn upending, which will take a while. So, all right. But I mean, this looks like the endgame that MVL won against Geary in the first round with this rook and bishop opposite colors with the 2 pawns against this one. And black had won against nothing over there. Nothing. Black was a pawn up on the queen side, and white still won that endgame because he won this pawn. So if we take these 2 pawns off the board, that's sort of like the game that MVL beat Geary. I mean, and that's ridiculous. So he should win this with the 2 pawns on the board. Come on. All right, and then we only missed one move here. Bishop to b4. Always trade. And the engine says c5 is equal. The end. 7 squares left. Nobody would see anything. Rawr. All right, and Fabiano did play c5. Good. Yeah, I trade you, you trade me. This is the most boring position in history. And he won this ending, although not this equal, in the previous game. I mean, this says Fabi trades queens and plays rook a c8. This is like if Peter was playing himself. Hopefully Peter's in the chat. Peter, if you were in the chat, wouldn't you have white and black in this position? Admit it. You would. You wouldn't know which side you'd want. You'd be like, oh man, this is my position on both sides. Are you kidding me? This is a Peter Giannotto special. All right, good chat. All right, this looks like Armageddon. And I think Naka wants Armageddon. But Fabi better win the toss and take black. God damn, he better. I mean, black has the advantage in Armageddon. But, Naka's a better blitz player than Fabi, let's face it. Gotta face facts. All right, Ding is getting the wrap it up button going. Wrap up that gavel, G. So this is funny. In this position, he let him take the H-pawn. Okay. The engine says that's the right thing to do, too. I guess getting the king trapped in the corner isn't very good. Yeah, actually, after king h7, I can go here. And then I play g4 if you check me, so I'm going to win the h-pawn anyway. All right. I mean, this is completely winning. Yeah, this is ridiculously winning. He's up 3 pawns. Yeah, this is the most over position ever. Yeah. And he has a big time advantage. All right, he's up 3 pawns for nothing, and he has a big time advantage. All right. This is the most drawn position ever. All right, it's completely equal. Frankly, this is equal. So the players would normally agree to a draw like in a slow game, but I think there's a 40 move rule. So they're just going to like vacuum the board here. And then we go to Armageddon. And Ding's going to win any second. Let's see, Ding win. He'll win in the next 30 seconds. It's hard to resign. Okay, he resigned. It's hard to resign because the match is over, but you got to resign. If Rook G2, threatening the pawn, then F5 and defending the pawn, and so forth. All right, a smooth victory for Ding. Not a great game from Nepomniachtchi. That basically puts him out of the tournament for the top 4. Now he's going to get 5th or 6th. Although I guess if he keeps losing his matches, I guess Firouzja or Giri could go ahead of him. I guess. I never heard of such a thing. Okay, and then this looks like a dead draw. And then we're going to see Armageddon. So to recap, Ding has won his match 2.5, 1.5, only one draw in that match, the first game. And the same thing happened in the Naka match. They drew the first game, they traded wins. Ding drew the first game, traded wins, then Ding won the last game. This game seems headed for a draw, as you can see. Then we're going to see Armageddon. What is Ding's place? Ding's probably in 3rd, if I was a betting man. But I don't know yet because this match is going on. Ding's going to be in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, depending on the result of this game. I don't know if he can be in 2nd. I don't think he can. Maybe. No, he can't be in 2nd. Well, no. I don't think so. Maybe tied for 2nd. Yeah, so Ding's going to be in 3rd or 4th after this match. Magnus and Ding have the same score? Tied for 1st. Okay, so Ding and Magnus both have 11 out of 14. 14? 11 out of 15. Right. If you win every single match in regulation, you have 15 now. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Magnus has 3, 3, 3, 0, 2. So he has 11. And I guess Ding also has 11. And if Naka wins this match, he'll have 12. So I don't know what place Ding is in until this match is over. And then I still don't know. Like, there's an actual answer. I just don't know what the answer is. But right now, we don't know. So the answer is fries. You are a sub here. You're a sub. You get a sub. You get a sub. The important thing is to donate subs. Right. If Naka wins, Naka has 10 now? No. Naka lost a match and won 3. He has 9. Naka has to have 9 because he won 3 matches and lost 1. So 10. Naka has 10? Did Naka lose an Armageddon? He lost an Armageddon? I thought he lost regular. Oh, Naka lost an Armageddon? Oh, that's right. He lost Armageddon to Magnus, obviously. So if Naka wins this in Armageddon, he's still in 1st? Yeah. So if Naka draws this game and wins Armageddon, he's in clear 1st. I thought if he lost this game and won Armageddon, he was tied for 1st, but no. Okay. Ding only has 8? Ding just won this match. Does Ding still have 8? And Ding won a lot of matches to have 8. Man, we have Ding having 8, 9, and 11. And you guys are asking me what's happening? God damn. Okay, so Ding has 11. Magnus has 11. Hikaru has either 10, 11, 12, or 13. Yeah. If Hikaru loses this game, he has 10. If Hikaru wins this game, he has 13. If Hikaru draws this game and wins the Armageddon, he has 12. If Hikaru draws this game and loses the Armageddon, he has 11. So I don't know how everybody's doing until this is over. One thing we haven't discussed, and you're not interested in, is how's Fabi doing? How's Fabi doing before this match? Ding has 11 now, but Ding had 8, now he has 11. Fabi has 8. So if Fabi wins this game, he has 11, and he's tied for first with Magnus and Ding. If Fabi wins this game. And Hikaru's in 4th. God damn. So Hikaru could be in clear 4th or clear 1st, depending on this match. Damn. Harsh. Yeah. Anyway, I think this game's going to be a draw, and then Armageddon, I don't know. So there you go. Well, tiebreak on game points, there's a lot of games left in this tournament. They're going to play at least 8 more games. So, yeah. That's right. First, second, third, fourth gets you to the next stage. C'est pas différence. All right. King F8, Bishop E4. And he can take either way on E4, and it's equal. The engine slightly prefers this. Just slightly. And both sides, ooh, F3. Ooh, now I'm betting on black. Rawr. Never play F3. Yes. To your question, has anybody won with white? Ding destroyed MVL in the Armageddon with white. So the answer is fries. And the other Armageddon games were very good for black. Very good. Yeah, Armageddon has not been nice to MVL. Also, the regulation hasn't been nice to him either. Let's see. All right. Get some house cleaning there. Not too much house. Who gets to choose color? They flip a coin. It's the most equal of positions. You think Fabi's better at endgames than Naka, but the last endgame, Naka took him to school. God damn. Thierbray is correct. They flip a coin, but they can't touch it because they'll get the virus. High-rated player chooses color. Incorrect. That's the most incorrect. Anand once lost in 6 moves. That is correct. To Alonso Zapata, Beal, 1988. God damn. Naka forgot to pick Fabi up. That's correct. Fabi's still at school. What's the time? Time for another train. Not sure if there's time for their train yet. Yep, Anand lost in 6 moves to Alonso Zapata in Beal 1998. Obviously. Oh man, I got Anand good a few months later. I teased him good. 100 centidues. Another train. 100. It's a scam train. Where's the scam train emote? Right there. Yeah, you just did it. 88 or 98? 88. It wasn't 80. Yeah, it was 88. Yeah. 1988. I have spoken. Jay McGrath. I guarantee it. Yeah, I was living in Europe at the time. But not for long. I moved there in June 88. He was a youngin'. He was 25, 60 FIDE. God damn. Doesn't make a lot of sense. All right. Everybody's playing for a draw. Both players are playing for a draw. Hard to understand. I think Fabi would prefer to win and avoid Armageddon. Armageddon's, going to be better for Naka, obviously. Who gets to choose color? It's a coin flip, as discussed. 1,400 viewers to do. Where's the scam train? All moves are equal. It doesn't matter what the players do. They're going to vacuum the board. Then we're going to have a scam train, then Armageddon. Who flips the coin? Your mother. What's your favorite sandwich? Some human power tool doesn't know I'm a vegan. If it's vegan cheesesteak, that would be good. 18,000 viewers on the Chess24 Twitch. iOS 7 Undead. That is correct. That is the Zapata game with Anand. I like vegan burgers made of anything. Is Cheese Whiz vegan? Where's my Cheese Whiz, boy? Then he throws it to him. Oh. Even the air that's between things on the cheesesteak, even that's not vegan. God damn. This is glue. Powerful stuff. That's right. Then he sprays it under the accelerator. Good, good. F4. The engine does not approve. Yeah, the engine says E5 and black's better now. If you take on E5, bishop G5 check. And if you don't take, then black has a better pawn structure and white's king is exposed. So it doesn't like the movie F4. It says after here, black is a little bit better. I mean, it's still a draw, but black's better. I guess black's a little bit better here. Rook on A1's no good. Bishop's a little suspicious. But both sides have a lot of time, so. Why not just G4? Rawr! Put all the pawns on white, then bishop G5 check, winning the rook. Knight D7, playing for the draw. Doesn't care the bishop's bad. You should challenge Gada. Even though I'm streaming live commentary, I should challenge Gada. Your band, your children, and your children's children. Both sides playing for a draw. They take a 5 to 10 minute break before the Armageddon. They have to flip a coin and argue about everything. And Chess24 has to get a board up that's 5 minutes to 4. Chess.com has to not be able to get the board so we can't watch the game. You know, a lot of stuff has to happen. Exactly. Man, this milk steak sounds like a Sunny episode. And then some. All right, so instead of getting the advantage, Fabi's playing for equality. Both sides have equality. It's too boring. I have a picture of Mother in my wallet. I always carry a picture of Mother around with me. Fight milk. Oh, I always pick tails. Tails is the way to go. Always pick tails. With real crow's eggs. The arbiter is telling Nakamura now to abort the game. What's the Mother quote from? Sonny. The McPoyles versus the Ponderosas. One of the top 5 episodes. I have spoken. Easily top 5 episode. Easy. Man, what an episode. Man, when Maureen is like chasing the laser pointer on the wall, man, that was great. Anonymous gifter gave 5 subs. Good, good. Hooray. Squash's beef is good. Good episode. Agreed. Yeah. Hey, what's wrong with your face, Cricket? Well, it set me on fire after I got trapped in your apartment. I remember that happening. You weren't invited to that. I was there. I didn't see you there. I don't think you were there. We wouldn't have invited you. Good episode. Okay, so it's the most equal of positions. A4. Making it as symmetrical as possible. Thanks for the 5 subs, Anonymous. You're the best. Armageddon time control. 5 minutes for white, 4 minutes for black. Black gets draw odds. That's it. And, I mean, this game's going to be a draw. I mean, come on. Hey, actually, there's a way to draw the game now. Check, king here, knight check, king here. Excellent. Oh, he didn't do it. No. Terrible. The engine says that's a really bad move because of B3. And then you get this messed up pawn. That's really hard for Naka to play because he has to sack a pawn and then take the rook and then go here, then infiltrate. If he sees that, he's better. If he doesn't, it's completely equal. The engine says that black is worse here. Even though black's up a pawn, this is the only square for the knight. Check. You can't block with the rook because the knight's hanging. And then it says, even though white's down a pawn, white's obviously better because this pawn's weak, this knight's good. So black's fighting for a draw here. But it's hard for either player to see to sack a pawn and get compensation. That's why Fabi didn't care. Fabi's like, he won't do that. And he was correct. So b3, the engine says white's better, but he played b4, making it completely equal. Good. Flame Master subscribed. Yay. Never saw The Mandalorian. How much would you have to donate for Susan Polgar picture move back? Ask Karen. That's a Karen question. Always ask Karen questions. Never ask me anything. 1,463 centidues. Punk music? I'm not a huge fan. Yay, go questions. It's Karen. Go Karen. Where's Karen? I guess she's home. She does have 2 kids. Dude, she has 3 kids. She's got 2. What about Maggie? I got nothing against Maggie. All right, good Simpsons reference. Back to the all zero game. All right, still all zeros. It's the most equal of games. What's my favorite music genre? Je ne sais pas. I don't know, progressive rock, I guess. Margaret, lady, you got the wrong file. Maggie, I got nothing against Maggie. Shut up, Judge. I hope Karen's answer is at least $500. Her other yes, 500. And the other possible answer is there is no donation. Damn. Harsh. A5. It's the trade fest. They traded everything with a symmetrical pawn structure. Therefore, it's a draw. The real Greco says, draw already. They can draw already. 40 move rule. Which they usually ignore. Fist fight, Magnus or Ali Reza? Magnus. Ali Reza's only 16. Tornado Country subscribed. I got Magnus in the fist fight. All right, what are they doing? They're making the game equal. Here, king f2. See, black had a threat. Knight check, and rook takes rook. And Hikaru said, no. Is it beef or are you... It's vegan. It's vegan beef. Free membership. Boo. If you have 3 children, it's true you have 2 children. That is correct. $4.99, that's definitely not enough. 500 is about right. I like the way Karen and I thought of the same number, 500. Okay, so he played 96. Everybody trades. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody Connie Chung tonight. 5 more moves to the draw. Fist fight Ben versus Yasser. I'm going to go with Yasser. Although he is 60. Yeah, he works out though. I'm going to go with Yasser. A sword duel as a tiebreaker? That's pretty good. 94 check. Yeah, my arms are great. I agree. I'm playing Rosen 4 p.m. Eastern, May 4th. We'll have an article about it soon. Not too soon, but soon. Then May 5th is the Champions Tournament or whatever, Nations Cup, whatever that was called. And I'll be doing live coverage of that. All right. Everybody trade all of your pieces. Don't want you guys to miss any moves. Never play f6. Okay, and draw agreed, I assume. What? 41 moves? That's crazy. Okay, draw agreed. Uh, the more you donate, the more you learn. All right, we're going to have a 5 or 10 minute before the Armageddon. Karen and Trying to Learn. Oh, I haven't seen Trying to Learn in a while. Could you guys get on Slack and ask them to put the Armageddon game up? Push them in the right direction. Because they might not even know there is Armageddon. And I'll go to the bathroom while you're doing that. So Karen and Trying to Learn, try to get the chess.com people to put the Armageddon game up. They do? I'm already on it. You're sending the wolf? That's all you had to say. Click. All right, you're sending the wolf. I'm happy now. All right, back in a minute. Go somebody. America. It must be funny to watch this on YouTube and I just leave for like 4 minutes. That must be the greatest lecture ever. Probably is. All right, did they do it yet? Do it! They did not. And let's see what's happening on Slack. Cut me some slack. I don't type too well. Okay, the Dochers is on it. Oh, Docher said he's having trouble because he's had the hot and totten tenten tone stelling. Yeah, if I was there, I wouldn't be paying much attention either. All right, they'll start in a few minutes. Can you answer the poll question? Let's see. I can't answer it. You said that perfectly. Well, ik ben, so obviously. Odds the Arbiter texting Hikaru during Armageddon, 100%. Who's getting black? We don't know that yet. Oh, wait. Pearl Jam. All right. Let's see. There. All right, this is the time you can donate huge amounts of money because there's nothing going on. So this is your chance. People be like, wow, that guy donated $99.99. Wow, that guy's great. More importantly, we need some subs. Let's see, how many subs do we have? Let's get to the even number. 1772. So we need 28 subs in the next 20 minutes. 50-50. It'll either happen or it won't. Do you accept Bitcoin? Does anybody? Your donation has been rejected. Let's see. 2 is twice as good as 1, it says. You got $13 for me? Ben. I don't know what that means. I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you, man. If I donate, will Naka win? Only if you want him to win. And the more you donate, the more likely. People, you people. 100 centidues. Hooray. I am Bitcoin rich. The pictures behind you. Scam. 100 centidues. 1 centidue. Another 1 centidue. Good, good. Moobot knows who the pictures are. Go Moobot. That's the spirit. Say, Jasper, what's 75 plus 1? 76. That's the spirit. 100 centidues. Naka won the toss and chose black, obviously. Yeah, that's not good. That wasn't a good, that's bad for Fabi. Yeah, Fabi's not as good at blitz, and he needs rods. Peter says they start in 2.5 minutes. All right. Go Rosen. When that didn't work, exclaim Rosen. Terrible. Didn't work. Rosen's here? Who's Rosen? The Rosen? Man. I feel bad for Rosen's wife because I'm going to make her a widow. You know, I assume she would die of grief after the match. You know, to reference The Simpsons, obviously. Let's see. Naka, Flaka, Waka. We got Naka. We got Fabi. If this isn't good versus evil, then what is? Then what is? Started. Incorrect. They wouldn't start. Not without me. Let's see. Let's get a thing here. Let's do a thing. It's a thing. Everybody wang how tonight. They did start. Jesus Christ. And they don't. Okay, they finally got it. All right. All right. So they started. Naka is black. My intel was correct by you guys in the chat. All right. It's all of Naka's games he ever plays. Okay, and then instead of C5, he played CD. And they trade everything. All right. It's funny because he played A3 against Naka, and they got the same kind of position. I think, who was it, Nepomniachtchi? I forgot already. All right, good. That's the most interesting. If it ever goes takes, it's really boring. This is much more interesting. There we go. Now we're talking. Good, good. Yeah, this is what I want to see, is this kind of position. These positions are very hard to play for anybody. Very hard. Okay, he took quickly. He's got to play quickly. So white has 5 minutes, black has 4 minutes, and black has draw odds. Okay, the engine says black's doing fine. Doesn't like that move. F3. Shocking. It says F3 is really bad. Okay, now it says it's all right, but it doesn't like it. Knight G4. It is a blitz game, so we can't expect the highest quality ever. White has the 2 bishops. What else? Both sides playing super quickly. And Naka getting rid of the 2 bishops. No more 2 bishops. No more what else. Yeah, this is a great game. Pass C-pawn, possible center, bishop against knight, rook infiltrating. Isolated pawns. It's a great game. It's equal, but it's a great game. Okay, queen f2, rook f6. Engine hates rook f6. Like, it hates it. The engine wants to play h5, putting in an h. All right. Rook b1. This is a great game because all three results are possible. Great. This is great. Queen d6 is good. Still says it's equal. Very good game. Yeah, good bishop, good rooks, weak e-pawn, nice pawn here, nice advance, nice pass pawn, black really solid. Both sides have like 2 minutes, I guess. Can you do-fi in the chat every like 20, 30 seconds, post the times? Because it's getting serious now. Okay, rook e6, e4 is correct. The engine wants to play queen f4, I guess attacking this pawn, but he played queen a3, which the engine says is a very bad move because of e5. The queen was on here now, we could take this, although that looks pretty dangerous, but okay. So the engine likes white quite a bit after e5. Rook 6 e7 is the engine move. Rook b5 is the engine move. It's a really good game. This is a really high-level game. Really good game. Queen c3, the engine says is a blunder, and it says rook takes just wins out of hand. And white's winning. White has, yeah, that's what he did. It doesn't like queen c3. Now, this is a blitz game, so even though white's close to winning, that doesn't matter. It's too complicated. Yeah. But the engine likes white still. It says white's doing great. White's up a pawn. White has this monster pawns. The engine says white's winning. Now the engine says white's really winning. It doesn't like g6. It doesn't like knight g7. And it says d5, and white's just, killing it. This pawn's too strong. He's trying to stop this. Yeah, it doesn't like knight e8. White's completely winning here. But it's a blitz game, so, if this was like 15 minutes each, Fabi would definitely win. Here, rook d1 is good. Fabi's playing great. Fabi's made, no mistakes this game. +2, +3, +4. He's got this. He's just completely winning here. Yeah, d5 completely wins, even though it hangs the pawn, it looks like. I guess you can't take it. Oh, it says, I can't even read. It says f5 wins, not d5. This move, it says, is terrible. But white's still much better. It doesn't like that move either. Wants to play knight b5. But okay, this is just horrible for black. This is horrible. Yeah, so Fabi's just making it as easy as possible. Knight b5 was better, because then if you trade queens, the knight forks the rook and bishop. Okay, both sides have no time, so. Yeah. Bishop g4 resigns, basically. Bishop g4 is completely winning now. If he finds it, it's the only winning move. There is no other winning move. He has to find bishop g4. Not easy to find. He found it. Yep, that's the winning move. If knight takes, bishop takes, defends the rook. So he has to play rook a7. E6 wins, d7 wins, rook c7 wins. E6 is the best, it says, but d7 is good enough. King f8, rook takes c4 is correct. Yeah, I'm confused why I can't take this, but I can't. Why can't I take this? Is this just winning? Is that why? Oh, king e7, I play rook e1. I didn't see that. Oh, okay, well, then you can't do that. All right, and Fabi's up +6, so he should win. Sorry about that. I had to go back because I made a variation. Knight b4. E6 is the best move. He knows he's winning because the pass pawn on d7 is ridiculously good. The engine says it's +8 here. That's correct. Bishop g4. Every move Fabi plays is the best move. Rook e1 check is the best move. Rook e8, and black resigned. Fabi played fantastic that game. That's like the best blitz game Fabi's ever played. And he won. But he played fantastic. Like, every move Fabi played that game was great. Okay, and Naka resigned here. That was an incredible game, yeah. So they started out with their usual, this. And instead of playing c5, he played this variation. And luckily for us, Naka played c4, which is correct. And Naka had a fine position. This is fine for black. And yeah, this is about equal position. Okay, double edge, either side could win. Very good game. And yeah, in this position, this is the first move of the game which the engine didn't like. It says queen f4 is equal. And then after e5, queen g5, f4, queen h5 with the idea of rook h6. And it says queen f4 is equal. Otherwise, it says after e5, white's close to winning. The problem with trading on e4 is f7's hanging, plus I have two passed pawns. So Naka saw queen f4, but he probably thought queen a3 was better. And the engine did not agree. You can't take on a2 because bishop takes h7 check. And now, I mean, white's threatening just to play here and win. I mean, that's just winning. So, yeah, I mean, now in this position, it wanted Naka to defend his pawn with rook d8 or play knight e6, attacking this pawn. But he played this, which it doesn't like. And it says that white's just winning here. And g6, knight g7 is bad. The engine doesn't like bishop c2, but it still says it's winning. And here the engine wants to play rook d8, pinning the knight and push the d pawn. But yeah, this is just technically winning for white. White has a passed d pawn. This pawn's weak. My bishop's better than your knight. I have f5. This is all passive. So white's just winning here. Queen f3 is not the most accurate move. f5 is more crushing. But, I mean, in a blitz game, queen f3 is a nice, easy. And now he missed knight b5 with the idea of queen takes, queen, knight takes, forking the bishop and the rook. After knight here, d5, white's probably still winning, but it's closer. And you can't take on d4 here because I take the rook and then I take this knight. So this is correct. And okay, that's the monster of all monsters, that d6 pawn. So it's just lost. Bishop g4 was the only winning move and he found it. That was great. And as I said before, you can't take this because rook c8, and if king e7, rook here pins the knight. And so you win. So you have to go here, e6. Why doesn't rook c8 work? I guess king e7. Okay. And the pawn's here, so I can't. Okay. So he played here, getting rid of the pawn. See, the reason why he wants to get rid of this pawn is when black plays king e7, he wants to check the king and go here. With the pawn here, that provides shelter for black's king. So e6 was excellent. Yeah. And then he checked and played rook e8. Perfect. Yeah. And this guy was just a monster. He was too good. I mean, Fabi just played a great game. He played, and he had to win, must-win game. God damn. So if I'm correct, which I'm not, no, I'm not correct. I don't even know what's going on now. Is there a three-way tie with 11? Yeah. And does Fabi have 10? Yeah, Fabi has 10. I was right. 11, 11, 11, 10. So Ding, Nakamura, and Carlsen have 11. And Caruana has 10. And everybody else is not good. So it's probably like 95% those four people are going to the final four, even though there's 2 rounds left. So we'll see. But that was, in a must-win game. That's the best blitz game Fabiano's ever played. Fabiano played great that game. I hope they're giving him the kudos, in the other broadcasts, because White played great that game, man. Because Nakamura is pretty good at blitz chess. And he basically just outplayed him. He took the B file, he played E4, F3, E4, E5, F4, won the D pawn, D5, D6, D7. Very straightforward. He just rolled him up. Yeah. That was great. That was great. Yeah. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for donating. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for cheering. Go Fabi. Go, etc. We have a 3-way tie for first. Ding, Naka, and Carlsen. And just 1 point behind is Fabi. Those 4 are probably going to the final 4. which will start May 1st. And we got 3 more days of chess before that. The next round takes place over 2 days, like every round does. However, round 7 is all in one day. We're going to watch 4 games at once. So round 7, all the games are played at the same time. That'll be on April 30th. We're going to watch all the matches at once. Frankly, terrible and also great. All right, see you guys tonight, probably in about 7 hours for the recap. Bye.